We have ourselves a title race. My money's still on Barcelona. Guys. Welcome. My name is HH. As you can see that my name is HH. Oh, over there you can see that HH. The boys will be coming in soon, but I'm going to be holding it down because the boys may come in soon or not. But this is an open thing. I may even make this an open hangout. But guys, we have ourselves a title race. Gatlock, I see you in the backstage. Don't worry, I will bring you in. Let me just first deal with the reaction of what has just happened. But I will bring you in momentarily. Let's bring up the table, shall we? Let's bring up the table, shall we? Let's just bring up this table. Okay, let's just see what's iguana. Let's see what's iguana. So, what do we have? There you have it, guys. 65. But as a little birdie told me, La Liga, they do head-to-head. So Barcelona, Real Madrid at the Camp Nou was 0-0. At the Bernabeu was Vinicius. And we're going to talk about Vinicius. Vinicius is going to be a main topic for the show. So hopefully once the boys come into the studio and so forth, we will have an open discussion about Vinicius, because maybe I need to make something new about Vinicius. My view on Vinicius still remains the same. It still remains the same. But unlike the overrated Erling Haaland, who is just a tapping merchant, Vinicius is 19. He's 19. He's 19. And he's riding. He's living being just 19. He's living just being 19. And that's impressive. But guys, we have ourselves a title race. Wait, how many games do we have? So we have 8 games. 8 games left. 8 games left, and we have ourselves a very intriguing, interesting title race here. It's going to be amazing. See, this is what I always championed. That's all I wanted. As a football fan, I told you I'm a football fan before I'm any other kind of fan. As a football fan, all I wanted was this. This is what I wanted. This right is what I wanted. A fascinating, closely fought title race. That's what I wanted. But let's just deal with the match. Real Madrid look impressive. I didn't think they'd win this game. I thought this would end up being a draw, maybe a loss, but I thought this would end up just them messing up and being a draw. Because what impresses me about Real Madrid is the work ethic. Forget about Toni Kroos's amazing passing. Forget about all those other things. What impresses me about this team is their work ethic. Casemiro is a beast. Shout outs to your boy, the guy who plays for Liverpool and everything. Shout outs to him. Casemiro is the world's best DM. This guy is a ridiculous talent. But just how hard Real Madrid work. And I think they're very underrated. They're very underrated in their defensive work rate. These guys work hard defensively. These guys work supremely hard defensively. And Sociedad are a good team. And look, see, the Isaac guy here, Isaac guys, all right. Odegaard, I still think he's overrated. But I do see what people talk about it, because he is a very nice, talented player. He's a talented player. But Sociedad, very good team. Very good team. And I think this is why it is such a huge win for Real Madrid, because this is definitely their most difficult game from now until the end of the season. I think this and their game away to Bilbao. But I think, as the commentator was saying, this game was hard because it is Sociedad. They're very good at their crib, and they are playing for Champions League, so they've got something to play for. But man, I mean, Vinicius Jr., wow. If this guy can just clean up his game, and so forth, okay. Because my issue with Vinicius Jr. is that he just makes a lot of very stupid mistakes, and he's too rash, and he just overthinks it, and he just overdoes things. But this was a great performance by him. This was one of his much better performances because almost everything he did was good. But what I also liked about what he did, he fought hard defensively. He fought really hard defensively. He went back and you know what? I'm going to say what's up defensively because look, it was his work that led to the penalty. It was his play that led to the penalty, and Sociedad found it very hard to deal with the kind of flex that he was bringing in. Benzema, man. You see, you know whenever I say about clutch and non-clutch, you know whenever I say about it's not how many you score, it's when you score. Benzema is coming in clutch because you know why that was clutch. Sociedad we're going to score. They were going to make that 1-1 because Benzema scored about a few minutes after Januzaj scored that goal, but then it was ruled offside. And look, so him scoring then was huge because psychologically it gave Real Madrid, you know what, we can breathe. We can breathe, we can say what's up, it was huge. And I think it was even after Ramos went off injured. So that was a key G to get. And Benzema has been getting huge, massive key Gs in this game. So my money is still on Barcelona because I just don't trust Real Madrid. I don't trust them. But Real Madrid, it's now in your hands. You win 8 games, you win La Liga. Doesn't matter what Barcelona do. If you win these 8 games, you win La Liga. It's now in your hand. But 100%, they're going to be more twists and turns. I believe Madrid may drop some points. I believe Barcelona may drop some points as well. But all eyes are on La Liga right now. No one cares about the Premier League. No one cares about. Okay, well let's see what happens in Serie because Sarri is a bit crazy. No one cares what's happening in Bundesliga. All eyes right now are on. See, if Lazio can just keep up the momentum, I think this is great entertainment for us in lieu of the CL. If we're going to have both a Serie A title race and a La Liga title race that goes down to the wire, I think for us football fans, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. But, because look, as I said again, I am impressed by what Zidane is doing because people have had questions about Zidane with whether is he that good of a coach? Is he just a passion merchant? Was he just lucky? I think with what he's doing with this team, he's saying, no, this is a serious team. And again, I can't wait for Ogreal. Because I cannot wait for Ogreal because you know what happens with Ogreal? Ogreal is, I can't wait for these guys to say what's up to your boy, Man City. Hazard, I'm worried. Hazard, I am worried for you because Vinicius, you can't bend. See, Vinicius has to start the next game. So my thing about this is that first of all, I didn't know that James still existed. Key thing. But I'll see Zizou, because I'm a card-wearing member of the Zad fan club, make Zad now number 10. Make Zad now number 10. And let's ride, just for a laugh, let's just ride with Casemiro, Tony K, your boy Zad number 10. Let's just try. Let's just try and see how that goes. Because Fede Valverde is that dude. Remember, it's 5 subs. You got 5 subs. Give your boy Zad that number 10 position because Vinicius, he's hype. You can't go back to starting Zad in the next game. Vinicius has to just keep up with the momentum. He's going to start on the left. But let my boy Zad breathe. But don't count out Barcelona. The reason I say don't count out Barcelona is because as long as Barcelona have Messi, they will be breathing down the necks of Real Madrid. So because I don't think Barcelona will drop any points because Barcelona are like, okay. Messi is going to go ham. Messi will go into overdrive. Messi may drop 10 Gs and like 12 days from now to the end of the season. He may drop 10 Gs. Okay. He may drop 10 Gs the next 8 games. But you know what? I've got to take it upon myself to win this damn La Liga for these dudes. But guys, this is what we needed. This is what we needed. 65-65. 65-65. Anybody who even flips, you're screwed. So now it's about you gotta win every game. Any draw, you're screwed. Any draw or loss, you're screwed. So this is what football is about. This is what I wanted. And also just briefly touching on Everton against Liverpool. Everton could have won that game. Everton could have and should have won that game, but I think Everton have an inferiority complex. Minamino was all right. I thought he had probably his best game for Liverpool. I need someone to tell me why wasn't La playing? Fair enough, he doesn't start. Why didn't he didn't play at all in the game? Now, Liverpool are going to win it. They're going to win it. But Klopp, you want to just get this thing done as quickly as possible. So I don't really know why Lad did not feature in the game. But that game showed yet again that Liverpool need a creative player. They were badly missing Robertson because Trent wasn't really offering much. It's coming from a lockdown. They're coming from a lockdown, so I get that. But still, beyond that, they definitely need a creative snack. They need a creative snap to. They need a creative dude to say what's up, and I think that was what they're missing. They were missing a creative dude to really say what's up. So, but look, Liverpool are still going to win the title. They're still going to win the title. But I think someone even mentioned this on Twitter. That's wow, this team needs some new recruits, and maybe this team is missing Werner because I think they're missing a different outlet in that attacking setup, which is why it is always very important that never stand still. Every single season, you want a new player. Every single season, you want a new player. You want a new player every single season because you want guys who offer something different in attack. Because right now, you never want to stand still. You never want to stagnate. That's why Chelsea are trying to say, what's up? That's why they're trying to say, what's up with the boy Yech and so forth. But look, Everton, I think Everton should have won that game because Everton had the two best chances in that game. They're the two best chances, but you cannot see why Everton have not beaten Liverpool in like 3,000 years. I just don't think they believe they can beat them. So if you don't believe you can beat the team, you're not going to beat the team, and it's as simple as that. But Liverpool, they needed Salah in that game because he has an attacking instinct that the other guys don't have, and they also need a creative player. And how good is Henderson really? So let's bring in the boys. Let's bring in the boys. So Gatlock, did you watch the Real Madrid game?
Yeah, man, I did. I like that was sick in some stages. It was okay. Although to be fair, I do feel that Real Madrid got a little bit lucky in this game.
How so? Okay, how so? Expand. How so? How did they get lucky? Because look, let's talk. We will talk about all of the incidents, but how do you think they got lucky?
Um, it's the goals basically, the incidents. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, okay, to be fair, Benzema's zone. I think that one should have counted, but the Courtois being not being able to see it, that's bullshit, man. I think that one should really have. I think that one should have counted. I think this game should have ended 2-2, if I'm
No, no, no,
honest.
no. But the thing, but the rule is this. This is the rule, yeah, and you can judge on it. But the rule is, if a player is blocking your view and he's in an offside position, that's. I mean, that means it gets ruled out. So, because he doesn't even have to touch the ball. The rule is if a guy, and look, you can interpret because you can say, well, he wasn't really, so that's why the rule isn't fully clear. But the rule is if a player of the opposition side is in the line of view of the keeper and is in an offside position, it's offside because you're interfering with play. You are adversely affecting the keeper from an offside position. So,
But he
knowing
dove though.
that,
He
do you
dove.
still say that it was the right decision or the wrong decision?
But he dove, man. Look, it's usually the rules, man. There's so many rules. It's very annoying. But okay, look, if that's their rule, then I guess so. But I just feel like he dove. If you didn't see that ball, then that ball actually came with a lot of pace. If he didn't dive, I would have understood. But he dove, which means he did see it. That's just my argument.
No,
But
but I think because when they showed the replay, if you watch, he slightly went to his right, then he went to his left. So the commentators were saying, well, that shows that maybe he was sort of blinded by the vision because he went right, then
nah,
he went left.
that's because he didn't know where Januzaj was going. Januzaj is a left footer. Was he going to do a Robin or was he going to put it in the near post? So that's
Hmm.
what I can translate that to.
True, true,
Look,
true.
we can go back and forth. That's the thing, but look, that's just my interpretation of it. I feel that should have stood, and I feel Benzema's zone was okay. I feel that was on his shoulder, or at least at the top part of the arm. There's no way you can cancel a goal for that. Um, but overall, the game was good. Was very good. Um, Real Madrid looking good, and that's the cool thing about Real Madrid. They don't need to play excellently like they did against Valencia to actually win a game nowadays, which is very good. Showing how vulnerable they were in defense when Ramos came off kind of shows you how important that dude is, man. Like,
which is why it's very lucky that they're playing Mallorca in the next game.
Exactly.
If Ramos
We
is not
don't know
around,
how
because
long.
Ramos
We don't know
is
how
key.
long. Yeah, we don't know how long Ramos is going to be out for. We don't know, but hopefully for Real Madrid, it's not going to be that much. Luckily for them, they don't really have that many. I won't say too many tough opponents compared to Barcelona to play. Overall, the game was sick, man. I was very when he put that lineup, I was worried because in my mind I was like, "What the hell are you doing, man? Like, how the hell do you bench both Asensio and Hazard? Like, that made no sense to me." And to be fair, if he drew this game, he would have been criticized. I'm very surprised that Hazard didn't even start play at all. Like, not even
No,
like to
see,
the
what I'm
left
thinking
middle.
is maybe it's a because remember, same thing as that. I'm surprised that Salah didn't play at all today. So remember, with this whole lockdown thing, maybe people are really assessing people's health status and their fitness.
Yeah,
But I was
but
surprised that
for
Hazard didn't play.
Liverpool, this
But
is
as I
their
said
first.
again, Vinicius was one of the best players on the pitch, and I think
Yeah,
that
true.
if that was if there's a tactical decision, let's give Zidane that job because Hazard wouldn't have caused the kinds of issues that Vinicius caused for Sociedad, you know. So
Is it because Hazard is slow?
what is it?
I said, is it because Hazard is slow?
Yeah.
Alright, thought so. I think he'll be more effective as a number 10. Like
No,
if you put Asensio on the right and Hazard in the middle and Benzema in front and Vinicius on the left, that could work.
no, like actually, the thing is what he should, right? Like Eden Hazard was rested because he was not fully match fit,
Wait,
you know.
wait, one second. No, let me just hit this super chat. Sumbes, I think it's time to put Cruz in tier one. No, upper tier two. I'm happy to put him on upper tier two. I don't think he's
Are you
tier one
kidding
yet.
me? Oh, come
Sorry,
on now.
Montalvo.
World Cup winning.
Yes, yeah. So for me, when Eden Hazard wasn't on the pitch, the reason for that is not match fit. Like he's like almost there, but like not physically there. You know, I mean, it's almost physically there, but like he needs, to work at least 1 more week. So I think so. Zidane doesn't want to take any risk with Eden Hazard. And secondly, when I saw the lineup, bro, I was like, no way, man, this guy is kidding with me, bro. I mean, bro, this is the toughest ground in La Liga, to be honest. Barcelona,
Tough.
yeah, bro, Barcelona drew
You know,
there.
initially,
Drew.
I think this is Barcelona's bogey fixture away to
Yep,
Sociedad.
yep. Barcelona drew there. Valencia lost. Atletico Madrid lost there. And then you have Sevilla drew there. I mean, like how many big teams you want in La Liga? Like they messed up over there. Like they couldn't beat Sociedad over there. And if you see Sociedad press really high as well, in this ground, and you play James Rodriguez after 8 months, oh my god! And you play Marcelo as well. I was like, oh my days, bro.
Marcelo Bold. See, I'm really
No, I
worried
agree.
about James. I think for me, I think he needs to either leave Real Madrid or just retire because if you're going to keep on being played out wide, you're just going to keep looking really, really bad. Like he just looks really bad out wide. You know.
No, definitely, bro. And like you can see that, like there was no desire from James Rodriguez. You know what? Instead of that, you wasted like one position over there. Instead of that, there should be Gareth Bale should have started, or like for example, another young boy, Rodrigo, someone like that, or Asensio. Asensio is like kind of like match fit as well, so you could have started him. Like, but I don't know, like what was the tactical setup with that. Thirdly, bro, in the first half we could have killed the game. There was a penalty which was not awarded to Marcelo. It was a pen. It was a pen, bro, because he literally, I mean,
Oh
put
yeah,
his
yeah,
feet.
yeah. I remember, yeah.
We could have killed the game,
No,
in the
but for me,
first half.
I don't think that was strong enough to be a pen. But actually, should be. Let me just talk about the different decisions because I want to bring everyone into it. So for you, Mutar, let's talk about both of the refereeing decisions. Actually, let me just hit the super chat. So that if Zizou wins La Liga, we need to have a discussion. Look, if I still don't think he will, but if Zizou on his first thingy back finally delivers La Liga for Real Madrid with all the stuff that he's done, we need to give Zizou some higher accolade because I think people need to put some respect on his name. So Muntal, for the first one, in your objective view, did you really believe that dude was blocking Courtois' line of vision? Or could Courtois have just done better with the shots from Januzaj, but he just misjudged where Januzaj was coming from? Was that really a disallowed goal?
Like, to be honest, bro, that's like, I won't say it's like it should be this like, it's a more fortunate scenario. I'll say that. The reason is that because he was like on the natural position of offside, obstructing the wheel. In a sense, we don't know, to be honest, because we don't have exact goalkeeper angle. We can just judge, okay, he moved right, he moved left, but he dived ultimately. So in a sense, he could have saw that, he could have like, like assumed, like, oh, this guy might shoot over here, we can just assume certain. We don't know. We don't have like goalkeeper angle, right? Where exactly goalkeepers watching. Okay, so like I'll say that's a more like fortunate, I mean, decision against like but in favor of us because
Sorry, 1 second, because I think I missed this other super chat here. So, sorry, as I said, we forget that this is Zidane's first season back. Look, we're going to have a separate discussion about Zidane. We're going to have a separate discussion about Zidane because I think people were insulting him. We're going to discuss about how I think we need to give him a lot more credit for what he's doing coaching wise. Muta, continue.
Yeah, so I believe that like many teams this season, I can name many teams that's been like given the decision, like they're fortunate in terms of like I can give you Barcelona what happened with Arturo Vidal against Leganes in the, like away. I mean, like that guy was like offside, not offside, in the position, but like Barcelona won, and that was like clutch goal 3-2. So like, but the thing is what, right? Like what I expected from a Real Madrid when Ramos went off, bro. Defense looked shaky. Bro, they lost their brains, bro. I mean, Militao. I mean, bro, Varane somehow he made some crucial challenges and he won the ball. But like the Alexander Isak guy, bro, that guy was giving tough time. Not gonna lie, man. He's giving so much tough time to to Varane, Ramos as well. And when Militao was there, thank God, bro, he was tough. That's a big mistake what Real Sociedad did by subbing him off. No need. Why you bring on what do you call William Jose over there? Lastly, bro, I mean, for me, Carvajal, bro, you need to improve, man. I mean, Carvajal is so consistent as a fullback, but either like I want you to provide us more into attack. I mean, okay, you're doing good in defense, bro, but like you need to because the problem is that from the right flank this season we don't have like much creativity as a winger. We don't have.
Hakim is needed, man.
I mean, like for me, Carvajal is like proper fullback, right? But the problem is we don't have a right winger, who can create. So we need someone who can go extra edge over there and match Carvajal's so our attacking flaws of like from the right flank. Lastly, it shows how important Ferland Mondi is for Real Madrid. This guy, bro, this guy is like the best defender of the defensive fullback this season in La Liga, bro. Bro, did you watch his tackling? Did you watch his interception? Well, immediately when Marcelo went off, this guy came, bro. Oh my God. This guy is like a Real Madrid's Wan-Bissaka or better version of Wan-Bissaka. Please, man, give him his credit, bro. I hate you, bro. Like, people don't give him credit.
So let me make some breaks, guys. So for you, Ahmed, how do you assess the two decisions? So first of all, do you think Courtois' line of vision was blocked by the Sociedad player?
In my opinion, I think it definitely was blocked. I mean, you could see Courtois trying to look over him, in fact, like before the shot was taken in live time, and even the VAR angles showed that. But also, even more than that, about the rule, I mean, you can argue about the rule being in place or not, but he was in an offside position. There's no doubt about that. And in the end, he was affecting the play because the goalkeeper couldn't see. So for that one, I don't have any grievances with it being disallowed.
So what about your assessment of the game? I mean, like who impressed you the most from Real Madrid? Who really deserves most of the praise? Because I think for me, it's definitely between Vinicius and Casemiro. Take your pick. But if you had to pick one player, who impressed you the most?
Offensively, it'd have to be Vinicius. I know a lot of times his final touch or his final pass is off, but he's improving. Like he's way better than he was at the beginning of the season.
I mean, maybe I've been hard on the dude, but he's 19. He's 19. But go carry on.
Yeah, and every time he's been on the ball, he was a threat to Real Sociedad. There's never once he was in position and he wasn't threatening. Now, the one player I think disappointed me was Rodriguez. I don't know why he was starting. I don't think he belongs anywhere near the starting lineup.
Disappointed you?
Okay.
Well, you not say anything better?
Wait. Actually, let's bring in Abdullahi. So Abdullahi. So first off, with regards to the penalty, to the disallowed goal, do you think that goal from Sociedad should have been disallowed? Was he blocking Courtois' line of vision? And also, how do you think Real Madrid played? Who was the best player?
I think for me, I think VR should be inducted. It should be surely inducted. Yeah, and the referee in La Liga should be put in Class A break. Class A. They should be inducted in Class A. That same incident happened in United Everton, if we all remember very well. When they said Sigurdsson was blocking what's called David De Gea view. They cancelled the goal. Wasn't that the same VR that reviewed these matches? So the VR should check themselves. If the video assistant was not working, why the hell did they put it up?
Although
Why?
Premier League and La Liga are different.
I know they're
Different
different,
referees.
but those
Don't
especially
lie, bro. But we don't have a goalkeeper camera angle, bro. So we have to judge on the basis of what we can see, and what we have saw that is like the angle was blocked. I know it's a fortunate decision, but like what we can see from the VR as well, that was a decision in front of us because we
Exactly.
don't have exactly a camera where we can see goalkeeper line of vision. Okay, this guy was blocking. We don't have that. So what we
All your
have.
slow mos, you guys don't have
Yeah.
goalkeeper.
Exactly. But for me, we need to induct VR, especially the referee in La Liga. They need to be inducted. They need to be
Okay. So, in your view, the goal should have stood. It shouldn't have been
I think
disallowed.
the guy was an offside. It shouldn't have stood though. Even if there's no VR, it's an offside because it was standing right in front of the gear. It was standing in, so it wasn't a goal for me. So for me, the best player in Real Madrid is Vinicius Junior. But for me, it needs to be consistent. That is what it needs to be consistent now. He put in a good performance, yes, it's good. But we need to see consistent level. And I blame Zidane for one thing. Why are you playing him in house for how many years now? And you're playing him. You're playing Ames. Why is he playing Ames? If you don't want to play Gareth Bale, we understand you're not playing Gareth Bale because of this, that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand the whole Hammers thing. Come on, wait. Let me just take this
Look,
super because
to be
I
fair,
want
I don't think they can get
because
rid of him.
because I want to ask you guys a few things. First of all, yes, side. So Montana, you forgot to mention that Ramos has
Oh, yeah.
scored most goals as a centre back in La Liga, the GOAT. This guy Ramos doesn't even get old. But how many of his goals have been from open play and not penalties? Haven't they all been? I think he scored 7. Haven't
Yeah,
they
but
mostly
bro,
been penalties?
No, bro.
Centre
Ramos
backs
scored-
don't usually score penalties like this, man.
Bro. Yeah, thank you, Gatlock, bro. Bro, the way he scored penalty, bro. Oh my god! And by the way, he just scored 24 penalties in his entire career, bro. Out of like 115 goals, he scored. So, like, I mean, he broke the record. Yeah, and he broke the record of what do you call it? The Barcelona defender, bro, who's manager for the Netherlands right now. I forgot his name. Ronald Koeman. Yeah, he broke the most highest goal scorer and defender in the La Liga. So he broke his
What's
record.
this guy saying? Emery can win La Liga with, bro. Emery's in the
Oh
break
my God.
academy, bro. I don't know where you're smoking.
Yeah.
But okay, but look, I wanna.
HH, do you remember 2012 when this dude missed a penalty with your boy against Bayern, Ramos, that he just hoofed it over? I've never rated that guy for penalties, but man, guy just put everybody wrong.
No. I said no. Ramos, he is definitely one of the best penalty because I think what is impressive is for a defender to be so competent at penalties is I mean that is just what makes Sergio Ramos such a rare and special kind of defender because again it's like whenever there's like a penalty shootout and I say defender come up, I'm just assuming the ball is going to go over the bar, So and the thing about Ramos is that he doesn't smack it. He actually uses finesse, which just shows just how good of a football player that he is, man.
Where's Jovic?
He's finished.
No, he just came back from injury, bro. Bro, that guy's like looks so fat, bro.
I want to say he gets forward so much during the game, so Ramos is special. No, look, he is. See, my only issue with Ramos is that you can't call him one of the best defenders. I think in Ramos, you see, for me, how people say like Ramos for me is right now. When he's playing well, he's easily top 10 footballers in the world, easily. In terms of just footballers, he's top 10 in the world. And yes, I put him
reminds me of
ahead of
Luis.
that certain dude from Juventus. I want to talk about James Rodriguez right now. So this is my thing with James Rodriguez. And I think I already said this before that he cannot play out wide. I don't know why people keep persisting. I just say he cannot play out wide. He simply cannot. So do you think that James Rodriguez should just So okay, this is my advice to James Rodriguez. Go to Zidane and say, Zidane, with all due respect, either you play me in the number 10 role, or I would please like to leave Real Madrid, and I would like to hand in a transfer request. Because for James Rodriguez, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time because the thing is that every time you come on and you break it, playing out of position out wide, it just makes you look worse. But even more so, if let's say, for instance, Liverpool right now, they need a number 10, and I think Chelsea need a number 10 as well. You're not even thinking of James because you've almost forgotten how he plays in the number 10 position, because every time you see him, he just looks like he looks. I'm sorry, James is class B. James is class B. So okay, so let me come to you, Gatlock. What do you think should happen with James Rodriguez? What do you think James Rodriguez should do if you were advising him?
I don't know what's it with South Americans. Like I said, they are not versatile. I mean, look at Coutinho and okay, well, Griezmann is not South American, but still, look, James, look, that guy has not really been relevant since I can't remember. That's how long it's been. Like maybe 2015, I guess. I think he only had one good season with Ancelotti, and that was it, man. Like this dude was hyped because of the World Cup, and he guy just went to Real Madrid. We thought he was going to do well. He did well for like a purple patch, and that was basically it. He didn't from 2015, 2016. I don't know. He didn't really do much. He didn't do anything basically. Like I don't know where this dude fits because even in Bayern, he just looked to be going with the flow. Because in Bayern, let's be honest, anybody can do well there if you're average. No offense, but that's
Whoa,
how.
easy.
No offense to Bayern, but that's how it works, man. Like, Ahmed, look, Muller was shit, and he still got into the team ahead of him at some point.
Okay. So what should he do then?
I don't know. Go back to Colombia. I really don't know
What?
where this where does it fit? Where does it fit? Like seriously, like
You
I'm
want him to
really
return
cracking
to
my brain.
Colombia and do what there?
I don't know. Play football. You be loved there. You're a hero there. Go and enjoy yourself there. Or maybe okay, not seriously. Maybe you should go to like a PSG or an Inter Milan, like any B Tech league that you know that
Sorry
will
for
be
cutting you, but
used.
I
Like
had
Ramsey,
to buy him
Ramsey's
in
in Juve.
Everton.
You can go and join him there.
I had
I
Ancelotti
really
wants
don't
to
know
buy
where
him
he
in
fits.
Everton though. He wants to go to Everton.
He wants to.
Everton.
Yep.
Yeah, Ancelotti
Yep.
wants to buy him. Ancelotti.
Yeah, because of Ancelotti, bro.
Yeah, Ancelotti wants to buy him.
No. You see, I mean, for me, James Rodriguez needs to leave, and I think right now things are so desperate that go to any club, and I say go to any club that will play you in the number 10 position. He should just be like, I will go anywhere. I don't care what it is, I will go anywhere. But my prerequisites of you joining is play me in the number 10 position because, and that's my thing for Zidane is that look, I thought Zidane has been done an amazing job, and we'll talk about Zidane. I don't understand the logic of playing him out wide when he clearly can't play there. So my thing is maybe Rod. See, my thing about it is, are you saying that you couldn't have started either Rodrigo or Asensio? Cool, you want to rest Asensio. He's a major asset. You don't want to risk him getting injured again. Start Rodrigo. He's young. I'm sure that Rodrigo is not suffering from fatigue. So why would you opt for James over? Tactically, it doesn't even make sense. Because there is nothing James brings to it. Playing against a team that's defensive or playing against a team that is attacking. So I don't really get where that's coming from. But so Muntaha, what about you? How do you assess the whole James thing?
Oh yeah. So like for this game or like for the future?
Look. He was garbage this game. The whole thing. Is he a player who can offer Real Madrid nothing and he should leave, or do you think that he can actually still be useful? But my thing is he can only be useful if Real Madrid can create a situation where he plays in the whole number 10. But tactically, does that work? Because you have to have Valverde, Cruz, and Casemiro. That's like the starting three in the middle. So is there a space for a number 10?
Like to be honest, bro, there's no space. Like for example, you have Isco over there. Like even if you want, Eden Hazard can play number 10 as well. So we don't pretty much need number 10 for James Rodriguez. And for me, like
Jesus.
when I was watching this game in the first half, actually tactically, he used James like in a sense, number 10, not exact number 10, but like a right attacking midfielder, central attack, close to central attack midfielder. He used him in the first half, but in the second half. I don't understand the tactical understanding of the game, where he moved completely, like what was his name, James Rodriguez, drift wide on the right side. I mean, of the flank. I don't understand. And then he was like pretty much useless, like like till the time when he was stopped off. And for me, like what he did in his future, what he should do for his future and what he did for us. For us, I mean, that guy was like relevant till 16, 17. Well, in that season, he scored like 16, 17 goals coming off from the bench and everything. So he was like really good in that season. After that season, he's not relevant for us and for the world football as well, I believe. And yeah, so what he should do, he should go to Everton because Ancelotti is looking for a player who can play number 10 position, but it depends about the
But what
wages
about
as
this?
well.
As I said, it says to
Yeah,
MLS or China. You see, my
useless.
thing about this though is that if he does that, that means he's already announced his retirement. You go to MLS or China, that means you decided, you know what, I'm done.
But
And
H.A. he's
Hammers want to do that.
28,
If you
bro.
go to Juve, same thing, bro.
But H.A. is 28 years old. He's not like even 29. So like it's not
Dude,
29,
Oscar is
30.
in China, man. Oscar is in China, so
So
he's
you know what? If he,
available.
for example, if he goes to MLS for example, Inter Miami for Beckham team, so he can make money over there because he's like a South American. Then you have like the South American culture in Miami. So yeah, so I think so he can attract many fans and followers over there. But it depends again if it's about money or it's about still you believe in yourself,
So,
like
so, so what about this?
you can resurrect your career.
So he
Yeah,
says that James wasn't playing just on the right though. He was roaming the whole game,
yeah.
and Faye was covering the right. From what I
No, that
saw,
was just for
maybe
first
he
half.
didn't, but I saw him also
Yeah,
wide as well. I mean,
yeah. No, but that was his first half. This guy just mentioned, that was first half where you can see Hammers cutting inside, drifting more centrally as well than wide centrally. Kind of thing. I understand. But in the second half, the guy was like gone, bro. Like because he was then, what he was. I forgot the left back name of the flipping Real Sociedad left back, bro. I mean, then his
oh,
Montreal.
job
is
was
that
to track
Montreal?
him. Yeah, Montreal. Yes,
Montreal.
Montreal. Then you have to. Then he like. I mean, Montreal did a great job on him, bro. Because he couldn't defend Montreal. Let's be honest with you. And then he was gone. Yeah. So, like what I believe, go and join Everton, or like as this Gatlock mentioned, Juventus could be a good, replacement for Ramsey. Sell Ramsey, replace James Rodriguez with him. So like at least he was like more consistent in terms when compared to Ramsey. Ramsey is like injury prone. So yeah, they might use it.
Okay. What about you, Ahmed? How do you assess the whole James thing then?
I think he should leave because I know some people say he played more centrally or he played wide today. He played different positions. No matter what he played, he was still trash. And there's obviously better replacements on the bench than him. And if he goes to MLS, he can make his money, and certainly it would be a end of his career, maybe not a retirement. But I feel like somewhere in the Serie A or Everton would be a good place for him to go if he can get a move. Because honestly, today his best contribution was getting subbed off because it wasted some time. That's how bad he was.
Whoa! Damn! The hell? Wow. Okay.
Maybe we can swap him with I don't know because I think the best move for his career and for Madrid is to leave.
Nothing for me. I agree. Abdullahi, what about you? How do you assess Mr. James?
Ahmed is like William of Chelsea. It's like William of Chelsea. They
Oh
see
come on, man! At
no no
least
no no no
William
no.
does something.
It's like
Let him
William of
Yeah.
land.
Chelsea.
Let him land. Let him land, man. Let him land.
God look, James is like William of Chelsea. This guy really has in the 2018 World Cup was like playing. It's just someone like a flair. He's a flair player, but with the way Madrid are playing now, James doesn't fit in what Madrid wants. He's not consistent enough to prove his point being a player of Real Madrid. My question with Zidane is why are you playing James? Why? You have a better player on the pitch, why, on the bench. Why are you playing him? Because it's not gonna give you what you want. It's not consistent enough to give you what you want as a player. Then why are you playing him? Why? So my own worry is not even about James. It's about Zinedine Zidane himself. He's the coach of Real Madrid. he has to ask, that question has to be answered to him. Why are you playing him? Clearly, you don't like Gareth Bale. Understood. Then why are you playing Messi? It's not considered. It doesn't fit what you want. It's not considered enough to play you. Why are you playing him? It doesn't fit your caliber of player you want to put in your
Okay,
team.
so where should he go then? If it's you, where should
Because Ancelotti play for Everton, he could go to Everton to play under Ancelotti because I think he plays better under Carlo Ancelotti.
But Everton is a step down, bro. That's a step down.
At the moment, what choice does he have? He has no choice. He has no. He has to,
Might be Juventus, you know, Abdullah. I'll just say that.
But the problem is, who is gonna be the Juventus coach next season? Clearly, Sarri is going. Who's gonna be the next Juventus coach? That's what we need to understand. Who? Allegri, I doubt it. Pep Guardiola, I doubt it. Who? Pochettino,
Maybe
I don't know.
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti, I doubt it. So who's gonna be the next coach of Juventus? The next coach has to, before a player could come to a team, he has to. Who's gonna be the coach before you leave a team? If Sarri
Papa Mourinho next season.
I don't think Mourinho is in Tottenham. Mourinho is gonna leave. This is a fourth season now. It's not gonna leave Tottenham next season. It's not possible. I doubt it. It's not.
Okay, so you're saying that he should join Everton. That's your assessment.
Everton, because Ancelotti kind of understands the way he plays, which is good because Everton is the creative player in the team, which is very good for James. He can play very well in the EPL with flair and everything. It's good.
Okay.
So for me,
okay.
that's good. Go to EPL and play on Ancelotti very well.
Okay, so let me. So see, this is my thing with the whole Benzema thing, and this is from how I saw. Your shoulder isn't your arm. It's your shoulder. The arm is. Wait, let me even see. This is your arm. That is your arm, and that's your hand. This is your shoulder. So if the ball touches anywhere across here, it's the shoulder, and he chested it there. So unless you want to just clutch at straws or something, it's not a hand. It's not a handball because it's his shoulder. I mean, like, is everyone in agreement that for Benzema it was a shoulder rather than a handball?
No, it was a shoulder. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It wasn't an handball at all. It wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. So now
there are some Barca fans that will not agree with that.
you don't no, forget those guys. So
Where's Barca fans? Is that
easy. So look, it's let's look at the Barcelona thing, man. So this is what Barcelona are looking like right now. So the next game is are you sure? So
Yeah,
the
next
next game is at
Bilbao.
home to Athletic Bilbao, then Celta Vigo away.
Oof.
And I think
Celta
Celta Vigo
just give the
just
team 6-0.
Bro,
just now.
yes,
I
yes,
think they circumcised out of the six. So see, so then they have Atletico, then Villarreal, then Espanyol at home, then Valladolid. Then these last two games are easy. So these are going to be two very interesting games for them. And see, my thing about this is that their toughest game for me is going to be this game. These two, but I think this is the toughest game.
yes.
Barcelona have been very
Hatred
bad away from
Celta
home.
Vigo. Hatred Celta Vigo will be the toughest. You know why? Because, bro, they just came out of the relegation thing right now. And you know what? They're in the red hot form, bro. They beat 6-0 the Alaves, the same team who beat Real Sociedad away 2-0. So, I mean, bro, don't sleep on Celta Vigo. And they always give tough time to Barcelona when it comes to, you know.
Atletico Madrid also the same thing.
Yeah.
Atletico is the same thing.
Atletico Madrid, I mean, they are already in top
Same
four.
with Bilbao.
Yeah,
Same with
let's go
Bilbao.
at third right now, man.
Yeah, they are third, man. Atletico are third, so you can't write them off.
No, but still, you know, there are teams, you know, who are fighting for top four, right? So they might give tough time to Atleti. So Atleti cannot give up the game, bro. I mean, if they lose, you know, for example, against Barca, then again, like, it depends, bro, for them as well, because then Real Sociedad might push them hard for next 6-7 games, you know.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So I mean, Bilbao has nothing to play for, to be honest. You know, if you see Bilbao, they're already in top 10. They cannot qualify for, like, they can give a try for qualifying for Europa, but they have nothing to. So they're pretty much a mid-table team.
They already beat Barca twice this season. You can't
they can try
rule
and
them out of that
qualify.
match.
Yeah, they can qualify for Europe. 72.
Because look, see, this is my assessment. See, my assessment is from what looking at Barcelona this season, they have really struggled away from home. At home, they've been high. So for me, I'm going to assume that they'll win their home games. But the Atletico game is interesting. That's just interesting. And I think that's going to be their toughest home game. But I would still put money on them winning that because as long as they have Messi at the crib, they're fine. The issue with Barcelona is away from home, they've been trash. Griezmann, the side chick, doesn't even exist away from home. So that is why, I mean, Valladolid, okay, they're there. I mean, they'll snipe.
Villarreal, bro.
Villarreal,
Villarreal. You know
These,
why?
these
You know
are
why?
the two games.
Yeah.
These are the two games. Celta Vigo and my boy Chokeze. These are the two games that I think they'll. And for Real Madrid, remember anything could happen. So Mallorca always on Wednesday, Espanyol away, Getafe. This that's tricky. Athletic Bilbao, then of course Alaves, Granada, Real Madrid have tricky games.
No, HJ, but you're forgetting one thing, bro. This is the second last game. By that time, either Villarreal will be qualified for Europa League. Like they will make sure, like, oh, are they into European sport or they are not? Definitely. So this is like pretty much, dead game, bro. Like people think this game is like tricky, but no, it's not. The tricky game, which one is a tricky game, bro? Scroll up, I'll tell you. Can you scroll up, just?
Wait, scroll up.
Yeah, scroll up, yeah, bro. Getafe, because even they are fighting for top four. This game is tricky.
Getafe.
Yeah. This game is tricky.
Oh yeah,
They're
they're
fighting for top
fifth.
four. Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're
Jesus.
I mean, see. Okay, so God's feeling. Do you use Real Madrid or Barcelona? Because look, for me, I said I think this is just great. I think this is really good for La Liga because look, a lot of the La Liga races have been close, but the fact that they're both on level points, so it's tit for tat. Because 100% they will drop points. They will not win all their games from now to the end of the season. That's not going to happen. 8 games, they will drop points. But my thing is, who will drop more points than the other? And you see, now the reason why I'm going for Barcelona is as good as Real Madrid have been and so forth, I still see a mistake in Real Madrid. And the thing about Real Madrid is that they don't have a Messi. The thing with Messi is, as bad as Barcelona play, this is a dude that can win you a game out of nothing. Out of nothing, he can just create something and just win you a game and just do something to lead you to winning the game out of nothing. So the thing is that Real Madrid have to pretty much play well to win. Barcelona don't have to play well to win. But what is going against Barcelona's point of view is this is the worst they've ever been. For me, this is the worst Barcelona have played or performed since I've been watching Barcelona. So I'm talking since the Rivaldo days, and so for this is the worst that they've performed. And the amount of work that Messi has to do is crazy because he's getting no help from the side chick. The Cannibal is on the decline. The Us is building a house in hospital, and you have a dude called Puig. But Messi is a dude who can do the impossible. So as long now, if Messi is injured, then hand the title to Real Madrid. Hand them the title like it's
By
finished.
the way, Frankie de Jong is injured, bro, but it doesn't matter.
Who?
Frankie de Jong is injured for Barcelona, but it doesn't matter. So.
I mean, well, there you go, man. But also, I gotta say, I mean, okay, because this is okay. This is what I asked the guys on the yesterday thing, and I suppose we can maybe bring it in here. So I'll confess to Gatlock, Griezmann. Can we fully say that this guy is a flop? It's failed, or he deserves more time?
Man, I was listening to a bit of the Hangout yesterday, and man, you guys don't be disrespecting a World Cup winner like this.
Oh
Come
man,
on.
don't give me that. Don't give me that crap.
Come
Man.
on, man. Come on.
Do you know
You can't
Capdevila
disrespect
is a
World Cup
World Cup winner? You know that Capdevila and Abeloa.
Who?
Thank you.
I know Abiola, but I don't know who the hell you just mentioned. Okay, look, but still, come on, man. Like, but you said your importance in the World Cup, and he scored 4 goals, although 3 of them were penalties. But still, you see how to score them, man. I just think that he went to the wrong club. Let's be honest, man. Like when this transfer happened, it was always a 50-50.
Also, he should have gone to a strip club instead of a football club. Oh,
Relax. Come on.
I
Relax,
mean,
man.
he's a side chick.
You've insulted this guy's
He said he
appearance,
went to
man.
the wrong club. Look, carry on, Gatlock. I'm sorry, carry on, carry on.
Look.
No, but like
He
HA, I
should have
agree
gone
with
to.
Gatlock, to be honest. Gatlock is right over there
He
because
should
you
have
know
gone
what?
to like a defensive team.
Yeah.
He should have gone to like a defensive team, like a Juve, or
Yeah,
any team that plays at Atletico Madrid or France, because there are some strikers that, or there are some attacking players that work so well in a defensive system, but if you put them in an attacking system, people automatically think, oh, they'll score far more goals. Nah, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. And Griezmann is living proof, even Coutinho at some point. And yeah, look, the problem about him now is Barca are so, how do I say this nicely? They're so shit in their transfers. They are so bullshit. Like, do you realize that the amount of money they've spent on all these players could have bought back Neymar? Like that one guy, that one guy that you know would have worked for your team. The amount of money you spent on Dembele, on Griezmann, on Coutinho would have bought you Neymar and plus other people. As in, it's crazy. Because Griezmann, I really do not know where he's going to go. Let's be honest. Unless he goes, if you go back to Atletico, actually, that means just saying the whole word. Yeah, I'm a bitch. But I think the only place he can go to is Juventus. But Juventus have Dybala, who is kind of a bitch there too. But where does he go? That's the problem. I do not know. I really do not know which other team he can probably go to, unless he kind of sells up his hype and can Barcelona finesse somebody? I don't know. Unless maybe they
So,
swap
so,
him
so
for
this guy said that Griezmann
opportunities.
was playing badly for Atleti. Well, maybe he was playing badly because he didn't care and his mind was already at Barcelona. So I
But
don't think he's necessarily kissing
remember,
his
he made the
mind.
documentary that he doesn't like Barcelona. Why did he come to Barcelona then? He made the documentary himself that he does not like Barcelona. So why did he come there?
Dude, players are fickle, man. Players are fickle.
There you
Like
go.
how many people you can insult? Lou Mourinho went to Tottenham, man. That's when you know, man. Like after you guys told me about gigs and the rest, that's when you know footballers ain't loyal, man. Like, come on, man. They ain't loyal to
No,
their
you know what?
wives,
But,
they ain't
but, but
loyal to
one
their
thing I don't
kids,
like
they ain't
about
loyal
him,
to their
bro.
clubs, man.
The Gatlock. But one thing I don't like about him, right? What he did, right? Okay, he rejected a season before that to Barcelona, and he gave 1 hour press conference of rejecting
Yes,
Barcelona. Okay,
yes, 1 hour, 1 hour
bro,
press
you
conference.
you you you're talking so much shit. Oh, I'm not going to join this and that. Blah 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 blah. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, but people are fake. No. Look, come on. Everything you're dealing with people who isn't that what Pele was saying? You will kiss the badge of a club one season, you kiss the badge of a club another season. The very nature of club football is fickle and it's fake. People say one thing. How many times have we seen players say, "I will never leave this club. This club, I'll always be here." Next thing you know, they're in another club. It is
No, but
embedded
HA,
in the
but the
psyche
problem
of
is
modern
that
footballer to be fickle.
no, but HA. Okay, I understand. Like, there's some point where players thinks about themselves because it's like ultimately you have to think about your personal gains as well. Definitely, but when you went to your like a kind of rival, okay, of Spain, right, and like and pretty much with all causing all those drama. Come on. Like there are so many other teams were there, and you should be smart enough. PSG was coming for you. United was coming for you at that time. Like even Juve was there. Come on. It's not like okay, or like you don't want to leave like Atleti. You could have left Atleti, but for what kind of decision is that by joining Barcelona, where you know that there's going to be Messi, and like ultimately it's your position is shadow striker, which you're not going to. They're not allowed to, will never allow you to play that position unless Messi's on bench. I don't understand. I mean, that's stupidity, man. That's a stupendous decision by him, bro.
All right.
Yeah,
So
that's one of the reasons why I
wait,
don't feel
wait,
bad
wait,
for the
wait, wait,
dude
wait, wait, wait.
sometimes.
Wait. Ahmed, what about you? Griezmann. What was your assessments on the Griezmann situation? Is this deal a bust? Should we give him time? How do you assess the whole thing?
I mean, it speaks for itself that he's getting overshadowed by someone named Ansu Fati. But besides that, I think we should at least give him the rest of the season because there's still 8 games, if I'm not mistaken, to pull through. But so far, he's definitely been flopping. I mean, he'll definitely get the chance to try and make up for that in the last 8 games because of squad fatigue and the amount of games. But if he keeps playing the way he is right now for the next 8 games, he'd definitely be a flop, especially for the first season. And not to mention the way he left, because if I'm not mistaken, he had that controversial agreement where he agreed before early before the transfer window, and Atletico tried to block it and all that. So he's definitely been flopping so far. That's for sure.
Or what do you, Abdullahi?
For me, I think HH. I keep saying it. Antoine Griezmann doesn't work in Barcelona system because
Then why did he move? If he knew he didn't work in the system, why did he make the move?
because in Diego Simeone's system, Diego Simeone played 4-4-2 system, which Griezmann could work off a striker. If I have a striker in the front, Antonio Griezmann can work in behind the striker or beside the striker, just like the way Timo Werner play, like an inside forward. That's how Antoine Griezmann work. But in Barcelona, it doesn't work that way. They play 4-4-2 formation. They can't change that formation because of Griezmann. Why? If they change the formation, where will Griezmann play? So for me, he hasn't showed up to the expectation of the money they spent on him. For me, he hasn't the money that they bought him. It doesn't show that. And my worry is with Barcelona is they keep splashing money on this player, that player, this player, that player. They are way forward at the moment. I don't know. Imagine spending money on Dembele, Felipe Coutinho, now Griezmann. I'm getting the one that spend money on Lautaro Martinez again. Look at those money they're spending. Those money if they contribute those money together, they can buy like 4 or 5 players that can help their team very, very well. But they are spending money on useless break academy player that should be inducted long time ago. So I don't know why they're spending money on some player who's not gonna improve their team, and they're spending money on them. So the board of Barcelona and the president himself need to need to check the mirrors and look themselves at what the hell are they doing. No way forward. If Messi doesn't play, they're screwed. They rely too much on Leo Messi, and if Messi doesn't show up, the entire Barcelona team are fucked up. They are entirely fucked up. So for me, Griezmann went to the wrong club. He seriously went to the wrong club. He seriously went there. Because for a player to come out and say, "I don't like Barcelona, I don't do this."
Okay. So he went to the wrong club. What should happen now? Should he leave? Go back to Atletico or what?
Atletico when they get him. If they get Griezmann, they are a bitch. If they get Antoine Griezmann, they are a bitch. Yes, because they sold him. So my best opinion about that.
But aren't Barcelona trying to get back Neymar? If a player helps you, he helps you.
Antoine Griezmann should go and play in MLS. He should go and play there. That's where he fits. That's where he fits in.
Okay. Wait. Let me hit this much easy. Wait. So from Miss B Nation says Griezmann went to Barcelona to the main guy to do what Messi does, but he can't because everyone plays for Messi. He was the main guy at Atletico. No, Griezmann did not go to Barcelona to be the main guy. Griezmann went to Barcelona to win trophies because he knew he could win any trophies with Barcelona. He went there because he wanted to play with Messi. 100%. Any player that goes to Barcelona right now under Messi knows that you're playing under Messi, which is why I don't believe the rumors and the reports that say that Neymar wants to go to Barcelona. I don't believe that stuff because Neymar right now has to be the boss, and you can't have 2 kings. You can't have 2 free role players. You have to have a free role player and a guy who sort of is there to support. So if you're coming into Barcelona, you know what the deal is. So I want to shift this very briefly because I want to touch on Liverpool and Everton, but specifically Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, Liverpool fans, chill and relax. Now, I keep getting told that he is the best right back in the world. I keep getting told that he's world class. I keep getting told that he is one of the best players in the world, like top 15, top 20 players in the world. And this is not an insult. I say he's a system merchant. Oh, cool. This is only one game. It's only one game. But I look at this one game and just look at the entirety of his game. We're like, he does things well and so forth, and he can notching for a goal, notching for a free kick. But I believe that, bottom line, I think that he is, he benefits from great, superb cheerleading. That's what I think. So I think that he's slightly overrated and slightly overhyped because I look at what a Semedo does, and I think Semedo is very, like, for me, I put Semedo is probably the most consistent, the most robust in terms of back and forth right back that's out there. The only thing that holds Wan-Bissaka back is attacking wise, he's a brick. But defensively, there isn't a better fullback in the world than Wan-Bissaka. So for you, Gatlock, how would you assess Trent? Do you think that he's as good as Liverpool fans say? He is really one of the best right backs in the world, or do you just think that it's all a hype job?
Trent is to me. Look, I didn't really watch the Everton game today because Liverpool
Hater.
won the league. So Liverpool won the league. What's the point, man? Like I told you, I stopped watching Bundesliga after the Dortmund Bayern game. It just seemed pointless to me. So yeah, look, TA is okay to me, man. I think. Look, I'm looking at some of his work here. I think he has like 12 assists. So that means, look, his crossing is good. He's a very good attacking winger, whatever. But look, defensive wise is his fault, man. We all know that he ain't that great defensively, and to say he's the best right back, no, not. If you notice nowadays, every Liverpool player has become the best something. Look, he ain't the best right back for me, but he's not bad either. He is actually
okay. Who's the best right back in the world for you now?
That's a big question. That's a big question.
There's an
Exactly,
easy answer here, guys.
Wait,
I
let's
don't
cut
know,
off. So for you, who is it? Because Reece James needs to be in that conversation. I don't care what anyone says. Reece James needs to be in that
Excuse me?
conversation. But who is it for you?
Dude, you need to remove your specs, man. With James ain't going anywhere, man. Okay.
Don't
It
hate.
wasn't
Don't
fair.
hate. Look. Answer the damn question, man. Answer the damn question.
Look, I don't know. You have to give me some time to research this, man, because I really do not know. Since Lam left, nobody has really, and Daniel Alves, since those two left, right backs are not hot right now. It's left backs, but the best, well, I don't know. Maybe Wan-Bissaka, I guess, because
What? What?
defensively he's good. Defensively, look, we're talking about right.
Relax.
We're talking about right back, okay? That's a defender. So defensively, whoever
No, but
plays on the
Wan-Bissaka
right.
also, Godlock. Wan-Bissaka in the last match against Spurs lost possession like 33 times. As a right back, that's awful. That's awful.
Yeah, but where did he lose the possession? Where did he lose his possession?
It doesn't
At
losing
his
possession.
half
Is losing
or their
possession,
half?
regardless of anywhere on the pitch, a long ball over, or if you're near your box.
Look.
He could never be my Carvajal.
I would have put Kimmich, but he doesn't play right back now. And Carvajal is declining. So literally, I do not know. The closest I can think of is Trent, Wan-Bissaka,
That
or
was at the
Hakimi.
moment. I would take
And
Ashraf
right now,
Hakimi
those guys-
ahead of
Wait.
Wan-Bissaka.
So, God, look, what are you saying? Give me a name, man.
Who plays right back for Juventus?
The Chile or Cuadrado.
I mean,
Look, my friend. Look,
I don't know who to give.
Go to
like,
who
seriously.
scored. Look, I'll come back to you. Go put up who scored or Google. Man.
Young boy, Cuadrado.
Look, shush, man. Munta, tell me, how do you rate Trent and who do you put as the best right back in the world?
For me, bro, Trent is is not a like okay, yeah, he is a good right back. Don't get me wrong. Okay, what he does like for Liverpool and for the club team is like enormous thing. Okay, but for me, he's not a right fullback. What I love to watch it, like he's more of a right midfielder. What he does, by like spamming crosses and all those things. Yes, I mean if like this season, right? Like
Wait.
I have
Munta, let me
Yeah.
be clear here so everyone can hear you. So you're calling Trent a cross merchant. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. And how many dribbles he completed this season in Prem? Can you tell me?
So Liverpool fans, Munzaha,
Yeah.
I will retweet Munzaha's Twitter account. To
Yeah.
be clear, yeah, he called Trent Alexander-Arnold nothing but a cross merchant. Wait. Before you finish, let me just do this. So Walker is very underrated. Hardly any has any bad games. No.
That's because he hardly has any games. He's Cancelo that plays.
Whoa, easy. So I'm sorry, you are not in any. No, Walker is decent. Walker is not even in the conversation as one of the best right backs in the world. I'm sorry, he simply is not, and you're crazy to even think that. Red also says Wan-Bissaka, Trent, Brick, Twig. You see, Red Devil, man. You see, why are you doing that nonsense, man? Why are you doing that nonsense? Reece James is literally one of the best crossers of the ball from right back in the world. Fact. Statistically, he's one of the most precise, consistent crossers of the ball in the world. Go look up anything. Go to the stats. There's a stat that says he's
And
one of the
this
most accurate crossers in the world. Shush.
This is where you wake up.
Easy.
This
Shush.
is where you wake up.
Muntah, talk. Muntah.
Bro, okay, yeah, this is your fullback, right? Your right back. Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? You know how many crosses he attempted this season in Serie A? Sorry, in Prem, 200. Okay, do you know the cross accuracy is 14%, 14%? Do you know how many successful dribble he completed as a fullback, right? 18, 18 in the Premier League, bro. That's that. Bro, come on, bro. This is not a full-back stat, bro. This is like a fucking spam crossing stats, bro. As a right midfielder, what do you want me to tell you, bro? Okay, his crossing might be like okay, he's that good in the crossing, right? How many crossing percentages? A successful crossing percentage, 14%. Achraf Hakimi, do you know that his dribble succession rate is 72%, the highest in the Bundesliga? And if you go with the Champions League stats. His Champions League stats as a fullback is better.
I've always put Hakimi above Trent.
I don't know why that look choose Wan-Bissaka. Hakimi is better than Wan-Bissaka. Why did you choose him?
Wait.
Wan-Bissaka. No. See. Let me just okay. So Wan-Bissaka is the best defensive fullback in the world. Defensively, 1v1, he's almost impossible to defeat. The only thing that holds back Wan-Bissaka is what he does attacking wise. And the issue is that in the modern game, this isn't the 80s anymore. In the modern game, you have to have a defensive game and an attacking game if you're a right back. But we have to have Wan-Bissaka in the conversation because defensively, he is easily better than any of these dudes. If Wan-Bissaka had an offensive game, he would have been the best right back. But put it this way, Wan-Bissaka's defensive quality is the same as Hakimi's attacking quality. Like for me, Hakimi is easily the best attacking right back in the world. Easily. But defensively, he's sketchy. Wan-Bissaka is easily the best defensive dude in the world, but I think he's sketchy. The reason why I say Semedo is Semedo has the best balance of defense and attack. You know,
bro, Carvajal this season is better than Semedo.
Sorry, Muntah, go for it.
No, like for me, if you see this season, Carvajal is the best fullback in La Liga as a right back. From Spain, I cannot see Semedo doing that because Semedo defensively he was good, to be honest. Like when he started the league, But after this pandemic thing and before the thing as well, the coronavirus breakout and everything, like he was like losing the form for the Barcelona team. That's why Setien supported more of Roberto because Roberto offers him more as an attacker as well, in the final third as well. And Roberto's injured now, so Semedo's back. So, but still, Carvajal have better upper hand than Semedo overall this season as a fullback or the right back. But for me, if you just tell me one best right back in the world football right now, number one for me, it have to be Hakimi, bro. His crossing stats, his dribbling stats, his contribution in both in league and in Champions League. It's insane.
What about his tackling and his defending?
His tackling and defending is wait. Is better than Trent. Like his aerial ability is better than Trent. His chasing the ball, recovering and everything is better than Trent this season, bro. You can see the individual stats. How many times one-on-one beating? I know Trent is beating more than Hakimi. And people say, bro, you want me to talk about goal scoring? You have more goals in Champions League than Trent. Look, man, Trent is good. Don't get me wrong. Trent is one of the best fullbacks, okay, in the world, definitely. But bro, for me, when I watch Trent, he doesn't give me vibes of like when people compare him like a Dani Alves or for example like some of great fullbacks, like who are really really proficient in the final third. The guy, he goes back and he stayed deep for putting the crosses from the deep position, bro. So not from the deep position, from the early position. Sorry, from the early position, bro. Come on. It
Okay.
shows that it shows that you're not good in the ball.
So
The final
okay,
chances, yeah.
So you're going with Hakimi then?
Yeah,
For
man,
goal.
have
Okay.
to be, yeah.
Ahmed, what about you? How would you assess trends, and who for you is the best right back in the world?
I think Trent's definitely been on a downturn, not just after the break. I mean, let's remember his terrible performances against Atletico, some of his shady performances in the league. I mean, both legs, especially the second one. How many crosses did he hit? And only I think one of them found the target. I remember the Liverpool equalizer, but I'm not sure if that was his cross or not. But overall, he's been bad, and not just and defensively. His defensive work could use work. I mean, Carvajal, I'd say, is better defensively than Trent. Dribbling wise, I'd say you could probably put Carvajal ahead of Trent. And offensively, Hakimi's better than Trent. Not just because he doesn't just spam crosses, as Muntaha said. Hakimi has more to his game. When you watch him for Dortmund, when you watch him even for Morocco, you could tell he has more to his game than Trent Alexander-Arnold at this point. But I think this is just a poor run of form for him. However, I think he'll improve. Come the coming matches. And best right back in the world, either Hakimi or Carvajal. You'd have to say.
Okay. So I think it do says Ricardo Pereira. Who is alright, but I think Ricardo Pereira is decent, but I wouldn't really put Ricardo Pereira. I think he's the Leicester City dude. I would really put him as one of the best in the world, man. Says Pereira, Bissaka, Semedo, Hakimi. Having a laugh. Yeah, I think this is a Liverpool match. Look, I'm sorry, it's Liverpool. You don't understand, man. This is a football discussion. This isn't a club merchants discussion. We're here for footballing truth. Trent Alexander-Arnold is not the best right back in the world. That is a false narrative pushed by Liverpool psychopaths, not clear, level-headed Liverpool fans, Liverpool sycophants. Abdullahi, your view on Trent, who for you is the best right back in the world? But Trent is, let me just be here. Trent is extremely talented and has an amazingly talented right foot, but he's good at specific things. He's a specialist at specific things, but within the discipline of the right back, he's not touching Hakimi or Semedo or Wan-Bissaka. Abdullahi.
To be a right back, you have to have two things. You have to know how to defend and how to cross and how to what go attacking and defending. TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold only knows how to attack. He doesn't know how to defend. He has only been protected by VVD, Virgil van Dijk. He's only been the one protecting him, so that people will not know how bad he is at the arm as a right back. He knows how he can cross from anywhere. He can have 2 billion cross in just 90 minutes. That's how good of a player he is. But does he really good in 1v1 defending? Is a suspect in defending. So for you to say one of the right back in the world at the moment, I'm sorry, I disagree with that. Because as a right back, you have to have two things. You know how to defend and you know how to attack. You have to be solid. You have to be on a consistent level. You have to have it. If you don't have that in your box, then I'm sorry, that's not a defense. You are not a right back for me. So, for me, the right back in the world is it at the moment or just in the world?
No. At the moment, right now, like
At the moment.
as a right now, who do you say is the best right back in the world?
I'm gonna go with Ashraf Hakimi because that guy is just a baller. I don't know why Real Madrid loan that guy. For me, at the moment, right now, I will take him ahead of Carvajal. Ashraf Hakimi, I will take him ahead of Carvajal right now because he has all the attributes of a right back in him.
Carvajal has been on the decline, bro. So he's not even.
Yeah, I will take him ahead of Carvajal right now because he has all the attributes of right back. He can defend, he can attack also too. He has just that attribute. He has it in him. But I understand why Carvajal is ahead of him at the moment. I understand, but if I'm being honest, I'll go for Ashraf Hakimi ahead of Carvajal right now.
Okay. So Red, what about you? How would you assess Trent's best right back in the world for you?
Honestly, Trent is up there, guys. I don't know. I don't understand why. I feel like you guys are being very harsh on him. Let's not forget, like, yes, he's not the fastest. He's not a dribbler, but like, you don't have to be complete in every aspect to be a good player. I'd rather prefer a passing or crossing merchant over a player that's not good at anything at all. Like, for him, his delivery is on point, and plus his style of play is he's playing the role that it's asked of him at Liverpool. He doesn't have to defend as much because Liverpool defend as a unit. Typically, you'll see Salah would always be tracking back and covering for Trent as well. In addition, you'll have whoever's in midfield as well pressing with them. So there's always a 3v1 situation on the flanks with the players. So I wouldn't really put like the stats for a defender. Like you can have more tackles and more interceptions. It doesn't make you a better defender. Like if you look at, let's say, for example, Maguire's numbers or pretty much any like low, not I don't want to say Maguire, sorry, but any like defender from like the lesser teams, like from 10th to 20th, they'll always have more tackling.
But Red though, compared to Hakimi and Semedo,
oh, absolutely.
Is Trent in that conversation?
Yes, Trent is better than Hakimi and Semedo. Look, Hakimi, guys. Look, let's not just gas this guy. I've seen Hakimi's games. In big games, he chokes. He has a lot of pace, which is incredible. He is very good attacking wise, but as a defender, he's not good. And plus, his delivery is not close to Trent's. It's not even close. Trent's crosses are among the best crosses in the world. It's cool. You can bring up numbers and mention all this stuff. Hakimi, again, incredibly physical player because he's very fast, right? But he's very small. He has a very small frame. I remember watching it. I remember one of Hakimi's worst games was 17-18 when he was playing for Madrid still, and he played in the Champions League against Spurs, a game where we lost, and he was bullied. He was because the players were bigger than him. He couldn't do anything.
By the way, Hakimi have better cross accuracy percentage than Trent.
Yeah, but let's look at it. It's different. It's different. You can't really compare that stuff. When you look at Trent's crosses, a lot of that, he has 13 assists in the league this season. Like that's impressive.
Bro, but this guy has 10 assists, bro, and 5 goals. I mean, I don't know how you saying that. And by the way, Hakimi's first leg performance against Neymar.
Trent isn't better going forward than Hakimi, bro. He's not.
You're comparing apple to oranges. First of all, these players both play in 2 different leagues in 2 different styles of play. Again, when you look at Dortmund, they're a more all-out attacking team, so it's going to favor players who are attacking. If Trent goes to Dortmund and they just push forward and just deliver, trust me, he'll get 20 assists. He'll get 10.
But Trent is not good on the ball, Red, my love.
What he is Trent is a natural midfielder. He's good. He's not the technical, like for example, a Dani Alves on the ball. But with what he does, like I said, for his team, he's amongst the elite. He's performing his role. He's playing the role of a right back.
But see, Red, you're almost making the point for us. Is he is good at something that is very specific, but what we're saying is in a vacuum. How good are you as a right back in a vacuum, independent of the system? And one saying that puts Semedo or Hakimi in any team. Hakimi is so talented on the ball and has so much ability on the ball. Going forward, he would still be amazing in any system you put him in. Semedo is so good defensively and going forward, and he's so consistent and he's so disciplined in his role on that channel. In any team, he would do well. But you're saying that, yes, Trent flourishes supremely well on the club. But I said that, bro, you might as well put in a Reece James or a Wan-Bissaka for England, because the Trent you see for Liverpool will not be the Trent that you see for England, because Trent is extremely good for Klopp's system. Extremely good.
Reece James is a good shout. Because, look, I do agree with you. Like, probably one of the most impressive fullbacks I see is Reece James, because I find that he's very technical on the ball. He's got pace. He's also
very good crossing. His crossing is extremely good.
Like all that on, like when you say these things that he's capable of, that's fine. But when I'm looking at Trent has performed and produced these, even though it's one skill or one trick, or you guys might not rate his other attributes. The fact of the matter is, when he's put in these high pressure situations, he has delivered. He's more accomplished. So as much as I like to rate ability, your accomplishments always trump that. So, like for example, you can say Quaresma is better than Ronaldo ability-wise, but you can't compare Quaresma to Ronaldo because Ronaldo accomplished so much more. Your ability can only take you so far, when you're rating someone. So that's why I rate Trent highly, because though he has his limitations, he's still delivering. He's playing the role that is asked of him. Because we have to remember, like all these positions, when you talk about right back, left back, they're all subjective to what the coach or the manager of the team is view of them. Like for example, a left back playing under Zidane or a right back playing under Zidane is completely different from a right back playing under Klopp. For example, when you look at, for me personally, but to answer your question, what you were asking the other guys, the best right back on the planet is Carvajal. Because if you watch Real Madrid,
no. As of right now,
as of today, right back. I'll tell you why, HH. You go watch any Madrid game, that right flank, that's all Carvajal's. He does not have any help on there. He's on his own. There's no right winger playing with him. When you look at Trent, when you look at Hakimi, they have right backs and right wingers. They're both doubling up on players, and they switch up. Nobody's playing with Carvajal. And you could anybody that watch Madrid's game today, you'll see the right flank is always just him by himself. Sometimes you have Valverde coming from midfield to help him out. But James today, he was on the right. He went to the left and stayed with Vinicius in Marcelo, and he started linking up with them. While
So bottom line, who are you putting as best right back in the world right now?
Carvajal, balanced. He's not the fastest player. He's not the best defensive. But balanced.
Biased, man.
No, I'm not being biased. Actually,
Because,
go watch.
because I could have easily said Reece James, but I wouldn't. I said Reece James is the thing. No, see, we don't know. 2-3 years ago, cool. In 2020, Carvajal. In 2020, in the come on.
I need you to go back. Look, not go back. Actually, next Madrid game, Carvajal starting. Just watch Carvajal. That whole right flank.
No, I do watch him. No, Red. I watch him, and he makes mistakes. He isn't as sharp. He isn't as quick. He sometimes loses the ball. He sometimes misses tackles. He sometimes makes mistakes. He isn't as, because I think he had like a big injury, or he had like a big injury that's I think that injury has affected his sharpness, because he was like at a point easily during their Real Madrid run, nobody was touching Dani Carvajal as the best right back in the world. Nobody was touching that dude, especially in 2017. But since 2018, 2019, 2020, I don't think you can even put him in the conversation, because he just hasn't been as good or to the same level as Trent, Wan-Bissaka, Reece James, Semedo, or any of these dudes.
No, but the reason why I put him there is because the responsibility that he holds. He holds way too much responsibility in Madrid. He covers the whole flank single-handedly. I don't see Trent doing that by himself. I don't see Reece James doing that by himself. They always have people. Whereas for Madrid, if you look at Carvajal, that whole flank, of course he's going to make mistakes because he's on his own. And rarely, by the way, even with him covering that flank on his own, rarely does he get caught out of position. Rarely. The only aspect that I really criticize Carvajal for, where he always gets caught lacking in, is the fact that he's short, and those headers he gets beaten on headers a lot because he's short. Hence, like if you look back at, let's say 17-18 when we played Juve in the quarters, both goals that came in the beginning that for the comeback came because they targeted Carvajal because he's very small.
Okay. Sure. Let me just say this switch real quick. So, yesterday it says that HH, you should have seen when Villa scored. I haven't been that happy for months. Hope they never come back to the EPL ever again. A waste of time. So, don't you mean when Chelsea scored? Because I think you must be meaning that you're happy for Aston Villa to get relegated. And look, I don't wish for any team to get relegated, but Aston Villa, these guys had every man, woman, and child behind. And I think because I even saw some of the game against Sheffield United, and I think Villa, I don't know how they get the points. So
I think he means when Villa scored.
You might as well get relegated, man. So
I think he means when Villa scored because he wanted Chelsea to lose.
Easy. Let me just do this to super chats. So the Trent has Salah in front, but Bissaka has Lingard. So obviously seeing that Bissaka has to do a lot more covering. See for me, look, this isn't a hate on Trent. Trent is very, very good, but I just that defensively, like basically to be the best right back in the world, same thing with Sergio Ramos. To be the best defender is how good are you at defending, not scoring goals. To be the best right back, it's how good are you first at defending, then going forward. The first discipline for a right back or a left back is defending, because you're a defender. You're not an attacker, you're a defender. So because that flank that you're doing is very important that you defend it. The fact that Trent is not as defensively good as Wan-Bissaka or Semedo means that you can talk to me about being the right back. I don't care how many assists the dude gets. Not that Carvajal is keeping Hakimi out for a reason. I mean, look, like I said again, I am a huge fan of Carvajal, but my thing about Carvajal is that, I believe that right now, Hakimi could definitely make that Real Madrid team based on what he does coming forward. Just that he is a liability defensively, which is why I say, I enjoy. My favorite right back to watch, same thing as why my favorite player is Marcelo. Marcelo, the defensively integrate, but I just love him so much as a player. I just love Marcelo is my favorite player in the world. Hakimi is one of my favorite players to watch. But if I'm being objective, I can't put him as the best right back in the world because defensively, he's not really pop up enough. Now, guys, I want us to address this since you guys are here. Um,
What?
don't laugh, don't laugh. This isn't fun. This isn't fun. I'm not cracking.
No, no, it's hilarious.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not cracking any jokes. Let me start. Let me start. I have watched this video about 6 times. I watched it about 6 times back to back. I watched it again, again, and again. I think it's now on 400,000 views. I will be shocked if this does not end up with becoming 1 million views in the next few days. This right now is one of the hottest videos on YouTube. So if anyone was, please, I am begging you, watch the Thai interview with Robbie after the Brighton 2-1 against Arsenal. It is literally one of the greatest videos on YouTube right now. It's amazing. And for me, I said again, Thai is, and you know, funny thing, I saw Thai because I think I was walking around the
seen him.
archway and I actually saw Ty on archway. I was like, man, because I could have gone and say hello, but I was like, you know what, I don't. It just seems a bit too weird. But I saw him walking around the whole archway place, and he was wearing the exact same stuff. So this is not that he wears this stuff 24/7. So this is an Arsenal thing. I think the reason why I say it's not funny anymore. There's no jokes to it to be cracked. This is now serious. This is now quite scary and quite worrying because Arsenal are currently 10th. They're currently 10th right now. And I will not and I refuse to admit Arsenal are now a mid-table club. That's just being rude and that's just trying to be funny. So let me come to Gatlock with this. What do you think the future of Arsenal is? Do you believe that we are seeing the decline of one of England's great clubs? Or do you feel that 1-2 seasons, a few signings, they'll get back? Like, this is just them being a low, but in the next few seasons, they'll be back up? Or could we be seeing the beginning of something extremely, extremely horrible happening to Arsenal? Gatlock.
Back up to what? 8-2? Like, bro, I don't get what was the history of Arsenal to begin with. When was the last time they actually won a major trophy?
Look! These
2004?
guys were Premier League winners, challenging for the title. I think UEFA Cup winners, invincible, FA Cup winners.
UEFA Cup winners. Does that still exist today? Yeah, exactly. Look, I only look at Champions League. I barely even look at Europa League and league titles, man. How many league titles do they have? Like, honestly, I think 13 or how many? I can't remember. But look, Arsenal, I don't know. I don't really look except for their invincible season and them just challenging from time to time. Although challengers and they don't really clinch much, but I don't really know. Look, these guys were shit. Like, this entire decade was their decline. The entire last decade was their decline, man. Like, to get beat by Brighton. Like, and look, I was watching that live.
Mope.
Look, I was watching that live during the match, the Brighton match. I was watching their live in Asafan TV. And I saw the way they celebrated scoring against Brighton. And I was like, wow, y'all have dropped this far. I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I felt for them. I just felt sorry for them because it was sad to see. It was a sad sight. Like, and David Luiz, this dude, like I said before, this guy literally got them from wherever they were to 10th position. These guys are in the middle of the table. Like, they're in the middle of the table. Double H. They are very close to getting relegated.
Wait. So you're telling me that? So do you believe that we are seeing the decline of Arsenal? Because
look,
I want to just know what I'm trying to understand ways. Because for me, I say no. I say that fair enough. They're not going to be challenging for the title anytime soon, but I do feel that they will still be hovering above the 5th, 4th position. I refuse to believe that these guys will be like AC Milan, where they're now a mid-table club. So that's, you say what?
Actually, that's probably true. They might be because look, HH, you said oh, you don't think they'll be challenging for the title in 3, 4, 5 years. Double H, they haven't been doing that for 16 years, man. Okay, it's been 16 years since their last title, Double H, man. 16.
But they've been
That's
challenging for it though. Like
HH.
it's
Who
only the
remember
last
who
3-4 years
HH
that they've not been
who
challenging for
remembers
it.
runners up, man? HH who remembers runners up. Okay. Except you have some low club and you got to runners up position where like, hey yeah, you did it. Leicester won it before them. Like let me forget that. Leicester has won it recently before them. Like look, Arsenal, I look, I just feel bad for them. Like I really do. Like see, like the time when I felt bad for Liverpool for after the loss to Atletico and the league was getting voided, that's how I feel bad for Arsenal right now. Like serious, someone should look for an Arsenal fan and hug them because it's very deep right now.
Wait,
I
wait,
do not know what these guys
wait.
can do.
So you're
They are
saying that
losing
there is
Aubameyang. They are losing their players.
So wait, so you're saying that there is no hope for Arsenal, that these guys are screwed. There's nothing that they can do to.
Double H, who would want to go to Arsenal right now? Let's be honest. Like who would want to go to Arsenal unless they rebuild from the youth system? I seen. Look, this would take 5 to 10 years minimum. Actually, I rephrase that, like 7 to 10 years minimum for them to get back to challenging, not to win it, to challenging, because this is sad, man. This is Arsenal, okay? Like, dude, they get penetrated by
No.
everybody,
Okay, so
even Brighton.
before I continue, I just round off. See, my thing is this: what if, and this is what I think that they should do. You sack Arteta, you hire Benitez, you get Benitez to buy Partey, you get a strong central defender, maybe like an Umtiti, and hopefully you keep a hold of Aubameyang. You build a much tactical, solid team who know how to win games. Wouldn't that be enough to drastically change what they look like next season and perform better than Leicester and Wolves and really sort of now challenge United and Chelsea next season if they were to do that?
But what about the players whose contracts are running out? Will Aubameyang be there next season? Even if you get Partey, and who are you going to be feeding, Lacazette? Like, come on, man.
Martinelli?
He's still too young, man. The thing about Arsenal
Martinelli,
is
what?
you fix one part of them, another part is rubbish. You fix that part, the other side is rubbish, and then there's the defense. Like, look, I don't know, man. What they need to do is change their board. That's all. Change the board. Start from the foundation before you start even thinking of the players. Because without the foundation, like seriously, what the hell are they going to do? Because
No.
the players still have that brick mentality. Some of the players that they have right now were good before.
Wait. Basically, no. Thing about this is that you underestimate how influential a manager can be. People underestimate how influential. Because I said this to begin with. I said that Arteta, that's the wrong thing. And I think it was even Devo that said, oh, no, Arteta, you know that this guy was really the brains behind Man City's success. Arteta is brilliant. He's amazing. I was like, no, forget that stuff. After you're not in any luxury to start buying any kind of cool. Get a winner. Get an experienced guy who is a winner. So get an Allegri, get a Benitez, and get a guy who can get your team wins and get you back to Europe and getting compete. Just get a guy who can. Arteta is a. How do you get a dude after you've suffered from Emery? You get a dude who has never had a managerial job in his career. That's cycle. So before I come to Montana, let me just hit the super chats. So science says that Ozil has to be working for the mob, 350,000 a week. Ozil, you see, they always say to never talk about. They always say never talk about a man and his money. They always say never discuss a man and his money. But Ozil is living a great life. You play like a brick. You hardly play. You evoke the power of Casper the Ghost, and he still gets paid 350,000 a week. There is something very sick about that. Something very sick and demented about that. All right, let me hit this from Red Devil Studio. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat, dear sir. Fun fact: Graham Potter has beaten Arsenal at home with Brighton. With Brighton and Östersunds FK, beaten by Swigels and Swedish meatballs. You see, you know what? Did you know the thing that I am here to be level-headed because everyone here likes to beat up on Arsenal. and likes to trash them. And also, I want also have to, I want a discussion on AFTV afterwards. Or Red Devil, you need to be a lot nicer. But I'm going to double check that fact, but I think you're lying. I refuse to believe that he beat them with a team called Ostersund, and
Yeah,
I refuse
they
to.
did,
It's
they
the
did,
same match.
they did,
I
they
don't
did.
care. I don't care. I will check myself. I will check myself because I think you're lying to try and be funny. I think you're lying.
He's in the Europa League last year, man.
Arsenal. Do you think it's all over there on the decline, or can it be realistic? Because I think they can be saved. I think they are a manager away from being saved. I believe that sack Arteta, sack him now, bring in Benitez, buy Partey, buy proper the defenders, pray Aubameyang stays, play Martinelli. I think Arsenal are back to getting top four. Or do you think that they're on the decline? It can't be stopped.
Bro, you know what? I just want to share this incident with Arsenal Football Club, right? You know, I hate it, right? Once you complete your university, right, for example, your bachelor's or your master's, you know, and you look or you seek for a professional job experience, you know, first time, you know, like you work in any industry, but you seek for a full-time professional job experience, right? That was Arteta was at that time. He was seeking for a professional experience of manager. Arsenal came and gave them experience. Bro, you're Arsenal Football Club. Come on. You're bigger than that. Fine. Arteta is like, for example, a legend. In a sense, not exactly a player legend, but like, yeah. But like, okay, he was like one of the main guys for Pep, you know, assistant for Pep and everything. But still, like, that guy doesn't have a personality to carry Arsenal Football Club. You know what? I still believe they have high budget compared to the rest of other clubs. For example, Everton, they spend more than Everton. They spend like more than Spurs. Let's be honest with you. Okay, I mean Spurs are like they're doing good. They're managing really good. I'm not criticizing Spurs management, like you know, spending power and everything. But I'm saying in a sense, like Arsenal, like how much they paid for Pepe? They pay 80 mil, something like that for Pepe, and
No, no,
like
wasn't it like 60 or 70 for Pepe?
80
yeah,
million.
something like that.
80 million.
Yeah, 18
Jesus.
million.
No, it was
Yeah.
72,
Yes.
72.
72.
Okay.
There's no difference.
Yeah, but still,
Abdullah, relax, man. Montara talk.
Yeah, so I mean, if you see that, like they spend, it's not about okay, they don't spend like a zero or single, like they don't want to spend a single penny or something like that. No, that's not the case. But the problem is, like you know, they lack an ambition. Okay, they lack a structure, a planning. You know what they should do. What kind of philosophy, first of all, they need to do with like the problem with Arsenal Football Club, they want to replicate what Man City did on the lower budget scale. You know, which is not happening. Come on. I mean, look at Pep Guardiola. He spent a lot, right? So they want to pretty much replicate like what Man City did with Arteta, with lower budget. And no. You have to come with your own idea, your own personality, your own identity, I'll say, as a football club. So you know what? Arsenal should go for a right manager. For me, I personally believe Pochettino is not the right guy, even though if he wants to coach Arsenal. So like for me, no. You know, they should go for a manager like Allegri. Defense, sort of the defense. You have attackers. You have Aubameyang. You have Pepe. You have Martinelli. You know, you have Lacazette as well. You need to, you know, fix your midfield. Some of them. I mean, for a season, you have like Lucas Torreira. You have like you know, like I mean, pretty much you have a player. It's not like you're that team completely. You need to fix your defense. You need to gain the confidence. You know what? Get rid of from the players. You know who are the veterans. Not anymore the part of the club. For example, Kolasinac. You know, Mesut Ozil. You know, yeah. I mean, you guys need.
That Dembele is- that Dembele is-
But Montara,
Yeah.
so do you think they can be saved? That they
I
can
mean,
stop a decline?
but still they're safe. Like when you mean save means what? Like in a sense, not making Europa every season.
Okay, basically, people believe that this is a decline. They will be hovering 10th, 9th, 8th, struggling to even make Europa League, and they'll slowly fall out of relevancy with regards to the European sports. That is what
No, I
about-
disagree.
And
No,
for me, by saved, I mean, as I said again, you get the right manager, you get the right players. They're now competing for top four and really in the mix with United, Chelsea, and so forth, where they're not there right now.
No, definitely, they're not there right now. But because as if you just addressed the point with the manager, the importance of manager, right? If manager comes, like for example, the personality of some managers, right? Like they want to overtake all other players. Like they cannot handle the tantrums of some of the players in the dressing room. You know. But for example, if you get a right manager who have ideas, who's plan, who knows, who experience, who have dealt with the situation, right? okay, who can delve into your problems of your team and can sort it out. I don't think so. This guy Arteta can do that for me. I mean, this guy is like, for me, is a rookie, man. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but like that guy's like not the one. I
Why?
believe that.
Why are you apologizing? He is a rookie. Of course, he's a rookie.
No, I'm just saying it. I'm just being like
No, no,
less
no.
harsh, you know.
He's a rookie. Like there's no. He is literally a rookie. That's what he is.
Yeah, that's true. But
So
yeah, for me, like for Arsenal, I mean, like still they spend and they have some spending power. I don't think so. They will be a irrelevant team. Like they will be relevant over like in England. Definitely, it's like, you know, like for how long? Maximum 2, 3, 4 years. You know, if they spend right way. For example, they have ambition. It's not like they don't have ambition. They need right manager, right. I won't say right system, but right coaching, right. Okay, right direction. Like the target should be realistic in first place. It's not like, oh, directly top four.
no.
Target should be, you know, EFL Cup, you know, then FA Cup. Yeah.
I'm going to take this super chat real quick. But like, what I say is that, and I swear to you, I said this. I said this when they hired him. I said Arsenal were in serious trouble because, and that's why they sacked Emery. They sacked him because they were in serious trouble. How do you're in serious trouble, you are in disarray and you need to be helped. How do you hire a rookie and believe that rookie is going to now change your fortunes? You see, it's the arrogance of the Arsenal board and the arrogance of some Arsenal fans who feel
No, but hatred, but they don't have option at that time.
No. You have to eat some humble pie and realize what you need to do. Okay, well, let me just hit the super chat. Because this is interesting. So Yasu said, thank you very much for your super chat. Stan Kroenke is the second richest owner in the NFL. Now, do you know why this is interesting? I'll tell you why this is interesting. American sports and European sports. In American sports, i.e. NBA, NFL, there's no relegation. No relegation exists. So all that matters is just the franchise competing. Okay, we didn't make the playoffs next year. Okay, we didn't. Cool. Oh, cool. But the psychology of European sports and European sports fans is totally different from the psychology of American sports fans. And Stan Kroenke, I don't think he realizes that. No, we can't be happy finishing 10th. We can't be happy finishing 12th or 13th. You see, because in American sports, let's say, like for instance, like a Golden State Warriors right now, or a New York Knicks, they can finish bottom, but by them finishing bottom, you don't get relegated, and you have a good chance of getting a top player in their draft. You don't have that luxury in the Premier League. So if you finish 10th or 11th, you're not getting a flipping Sancho or a flipping Odegaard or Isaac as you're playing coming through. No, you finished 11th. And you have to face the embarrassment of finishing 11th and not getting any European football. And the way that fans react to that is far more vociferous than American fans. But for Stan Kroenke, he's still thinking within American sports of, okay, we finished 10th, we're still making money, people are still coming through. It's all cool. So because he's a businessman who casually likes sports. He's not a avid, passionate sports person. You see, Abramovich loves sports. He's really, and see, this is the issue between Abramovich and Stan Kroenke. Stan Kroenke is a very casual sports fan, where his main thing is about making money. Abramovich likes to make money, but Abramovich loves football, as many guys from that region in Russia love to. So Abramovich is like, okay, let me just get some money. What do you need? Who do you need to invest? Is this a player that we need? There you go. Take the cash. We'll buy him. How much does it cost? Boom. Let's go. Will this player make us win? Boom. Let's go. But for Kroenke, is like, no. I'm here for business because I've got many businesses around. All Abramovich is Chelsea. 24/7 is Chelsea. You can't have an owner where yes, a bit of NFL, a bit of baseball, a bit of football. You don't want that. So what's it called? Ahmed, Arsenal. Do you think they can be saved, and how? Ahmed?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's gonna gonna be a long time for Arsenal. Maybe like 4 or 5 seasons just for top four relevancy. I mean, we live in a world where AFTV is bigger than Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, that speaks for itself. So, not to mention, Kroenke only cares about the Rams. He doesn't care about Arsenal. He doesn't. Let's be frank. Unless the ownership changes. And I'm sorry to Arsenal fans, but they're about the same distance from top four to relegation. They're closer to relegation than the title, obviously. So, I think it's gonna be a long while, maybe 4 to 5 seasons, just for them to be top four relevant. And title challengers, maybe 8 to 10 years and an ownership change.
So, what do you think if they hired a different manager? And do you think that a different manager would sort of help them?
He'll give them Europa League football, top 7, top 6. But I mean, what's the different manager going to do? They spend their money in the wrong places. They don't. The mentality of the club is dead. Arsene Wenger is bigger than the club. AFTV is bigger than the club. And even Arsene Wenger said there should be a trophy for top 4, for making 4th. So that's how bad the culture. The club is dead. The fans on Twitter are dead. The fans themselves are dead. The club is dying. It's dying in front of our eyes. It's just like AC Milan, except they didn't reach the heights of Milan.
Okay. Abdullah Hiban, can Arsenal be saved? Please be nice. Please be nice.
I would love to address something. I am a Chelsea fan. I would love to address it. I am a Chelsea fan. I will address this. Please. Let me address this, please.
Very nice.
From the beginning of season, they hired 3 coaches: Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Frank Lampard, and Mikel Arteta. These 3 coaches were called rookies. No.
Arteta wasn't the beginning of the season.
Okay. Ole and Lampard were called rookies, right? Now we're almost in the end of the season. They're still called rookies because they haven't proven what people require them to prove. Good. I understand that. Now, Arsenal started as a winger, got Una Emery. Now they got Mikel Arteta. Just for what? Just to go above Ole and Frank Lampard, or just to go above Pep Guardiola, or Brendan Rodgers, right? Good. So their owner is Kroenke, who love baseball a lot. And you comparing Kroenke with Abramovich, there's a difference between the two. Abramovich is not a glazer. He's not a glazer. Abramovich has his own money. He loves Chelsea. He bought Chelsea. He's the owner. He's the architect of Chelsea. He bought them. So he loves football a lot. So when they hire Chelsea, I said, yeah, this is the right manager because we have a youth team who needs to play in this team, who needs to play in this club. I don't like us. Marana Ganaski has been spending stupid money on getting Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Bularus. Those stupid players we don't even need in our team at the moment. Those rubbish brick academy players we don't need. She's getting them. So we're getting coaches who doesn't fit the caliber of that team. Imagine getting a coach, Abraham, Mason Mount, Rich James, Bill Gilmore, Simon Hanjorin. I can keep mentioning those players countless times for you. Who, if we bring a new manager in, will never fit in what we want. But we got Lampard and Jordan Morris who understand those teams, who wants to play, who understand those players, who has coached them before, who's giving them the chance. Arsenal FC lack ambition. They lack leadership. They lack a lot of things in that team. Does the owner care? No. Does the board care? No. All what they care is about money and franchise. So when you run a club, when you run a business, you have to care a lot about everything. How does my club succeed? How do they succeed? You have to keep checking about your club week in and week out. People are being Abramovich, it doesn't come to England. Marina Granaskia is the second in command in Chelsea. Whatever she say is final. No one in that club, even Peter Cech, can't even say what to that because she is the architect of that team. She says yes is yes. She said no is no. Roman Abramovich, the owner, can't even rebook what Granaskia said. That is communication and understanding when you have that in your team. Even if the owner fly out, go to Asia, you have someone you can rely on who's gonna be giving you week in and week out documentation of the club, the success of the club, the failure of the club. How does the club runs? That is called a business. So when you have money, when you invest on a club, you know I am succeeding, you know I'm failing. Arsenal FC, or what did they call it? So doesn't even deserve to be in contention of winning the league, talk less of even challenging at all. All what they know is like Arsenal FTV, AFTV this, AFTV that. That's all they know. They are telling me they are the biggest club in London. Are you kidding me, really? So tell me how many European club trophies have you won? How many? You won the FA Cup, you shouting. How many FA Cup have Chelsea won? How many FA Cup has United won? Those are teams who won trophies.
No. But I'm lying. No, I think Arsenal fans know deep down that they're not that. No, everyone knows that Chelsea are the biggest club. Like that's a fact. Chelsea are the biggest club in London. It's a fact. So any Arsenal fan that says otherwise, they know that they're deluded, man. But that's obvious. It's obvious.
So my say about that is if you are telling me if they get a new manager, they're gonna compete for top six. I'm sorry, Richie, they won't. No matter the manager they have, they lack ambition. Aubameyang is gonna leave. Why? Because he wants to win. He's been saving them. In how many years Aubameyang has been saving them? He's been saving them a lot. So do you want
Wait. So if they get a better experienced manager next season, can't that help Arsenal?
Okay, if they get Allegri, with the board spent for Allegri? That is number one question. With the board, who doesn't even care when I am as Wenger was there, giving them top four week in and week out. When Emery was there, they sack him. Now they bought Arteta. They're not even backing Arteta. So are you gonna tell me when Massimiliano Allegri or top tier coach coming, they're gonna back that coach? I'm sorry. They will reserve it either 9th or table or 10th table where Arteta are at the moment. So the entire board in that team need overhaul. Someone need to come in and buy that Arsenal team entirely. That Arsenal. Someone of a business who has brain, who has footballing brain, needs to buy that club. After buying that club, rebuild that club and make them challenge like the Abu Dhabi, like the Saudis. Those are people who are willing to invest on a club who wants to win. Kroenke doesn't want to win. He cares a lot about NFL. That's what he cares about. He's making his money there. He doesn't even care about Arsenal.
Okay. Let me just take the super chat. So from Tudare, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support, dear sir. Thank you. He says Zidane and Guardiola are unicorns. It's very rare for any rookie manager to achieve what they have. No, 100%. Pep Guardiola was very fortunate. He had Messi. And I think in Pep Guardiola, you just had a guy who had this great philosophy that he learns from Cruyff. And that team that he had just happened to form the core of a Spanish team that's won 3 international trophies. Not taking anything away from Pep, because he definitely is a unicorn in terms of to be that successful as a rookie. So you can't take anything away from that. So that's amazing. Zidane, astonishing. You achieved something that I don't think anybody else will achieve in a long time. You won 3 Champions Leagues in a row with a Real Madrid team. That is outstanding. It's flipping stupendous. So Zidane and Guardiola are a rarity because it's true. 9 times out of 10, if you're a rookie, you're not sniffing the kind of success that Zidane and Guardiola achieved. So Red, what about you? Arsenal, man, can they be saved? Red. Can they be saved? Okay, I don't think Red is around. I want to talk about these dudes now. I want to talk about AFTV because a lot of people have sort of, and I think this is stupid, extremely stupid. A lot of people have sort of put the blame on Arsenal's misfortune on AFTV. And some people have said, oh, AFTV sort of benefits from Arsenal's failure. And what I always say is that Robbie, win, lose or draw, puts the mic in people's faces and they talk. So any Arsenal fan who is stupid enough to blame him for allowing guys to vent and rage whenever Arsenal lose, that's your choice. Robbie has created an amazingly, one of the most entertaining products on YouTube. That just happens to be like whenever Arsenal lose, the entire world goes in and we enjoy it. We love it. It's entertaining. Because at the end of the day, this is what guys don't understand. Yes, we love football and everything's cool. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. For me, of course, we can talk about football, we can be serious, but at the end of the day, with when I want to do this, I want to make you guys laugh. I want to entertain you guys. I want you guys to have fun. That is always the kind of main thing that I want to pull across to you guys. So To you, Gatlock, should Robbie or AFTV honestly take any blame with regards to Arsenal's plight, or should they not revel in Arsenal's misfortune whenever they lose? Where do you stand on AFTV and their critics?
One man's trash, the other man's come up, man. Look, you can't blame Robbie for Arsenal's debacle, man. He ain't part of the board, man. That's who you should blame. Look, Robbie's just doing what he
No,
likes
no,
to do, man.
okay, wait, but wait, let me play devil's advocate. But people say that Arsenal fans were like, how can you profit and make money off of our club losing and so forth? What else he say?
But
What?
to be fair, everybody does that, man. All the news media. Do you think
Yeah.
they like giving you good news? Like, think about it. Okay, let's just say, um, okay, rather than saying like yesterday, rather than saying Sevilla drew to Barcelona, great point for Sevilla, what would they say? More debacle for Barcelona. I mean, that's literally how media works, man. So it's not like it's not like AFTV is anything. It's just that to me, I just feel people are jealous and they are just trying to deflect and trying to find a scapegoat. They know that they can't do anything against Kroenke, so they're trying to do something against a dude who is literally always there for us now. This dude literally travels everywhere he can. He tries to produce content, which I don't lie. Win, draw, lose. I go to AFTV anyway, so it's not usually a situation of losing.
Yeah.
You can't blame a dude for it, okay? Just because, look, the first time I saw AFTV, the first thing in my mind was this dude is actually just trying to get his point across. He's just trying to let the fans be heard.
Yeah.
Because that way, the board will actually understand, especially when they were trying to get Wenger out. So I don't think you can blame AFTV for anything.
That's a very sweet. You hit on a very, very good point. See, if he had launched AFTV, or he put AFTV when Arsenal were losing, and then that was like his first few videos about, okay, he's doing something. He just did it when Arsenal were, no, this was when Arsenal were actually doing pretty well. So I think, was it 2014, 2013, when basically they were getting top four, they were in the Champions League, and they were like a respectable team. He was doing it when Arsenal were like, okay, hey, this sounds like a pretty good team. So
nobody had a problem with it. And it's funny how nobody talks about them when they go on like a 22 match unbeaten or something. Nobody will talk about it. When they lose, they're just trying to find a scapegoat for me, and it's a pitiful scapegoat. Like, you guys, Arsenal fans are usually very good at deflecting. They deflect, and that's one of the problems with the club, man. If you deflect too much and you don't actually tackle the actual problem, you guys, they'll just keep going down, man. That's...
okay, so I think, wait, Red, you wanted to say something? Red?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, this is a thing about what came first, the chicken or the egg. Like, you can't blame Robbie, like, because like you said, when he started the account or his account, it was when Arsenal were still not in decline, and it's not like his channel is the reason they're losing. They had won the league 10 years.
What about this? This guy said the effects of AFTV is unintentional but harmful. Do you still think it's harmful?
No, I don't. I don't, because I'll tell you what I was going to say earlier, because I got busy. I didn't get the chance to speak on the Arsenal topic earlier. The problem with Arsenal Football Club is the structure of the club as a whole. It lacks ambition. Hit on the head with that one. When you see that, like when you see a player like Mesut Ozil, who comes from one of the biggest clubs in the world, where he's used to winning trophies, and he goes to Arsenal, and then all of a sudden this guy's just cruising. He's just enjoying his time in London in clubs, and they're just like puffing gas. I don't know what, like they're just not doing anything. The club does not have ambition. Most of these players that are Arsenal, like Bellerin, he's more of a model than he is. Giroud, when he was at Arsenal, also model, but when he came to Chelsea, you see a whole change in his tone and attitude. The club just has a very weak mentality. They're very laid back and relaxed. And the fact that they're even like Gareth Bale has been booed by Real Madrid fans for like 3-4 years, and he still doesn't care at all. You can still see he's a mentality. He's a shark, even though he's not playing maybe his best. But you don't see it affect him like that. At Arsenal, all these players are whining. Like, it's okay. You get criticized. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You have every week. You have a chance for 90 minutes to play against a team and prove them wrong. They don't. They're going to sit here and just blame a guy that because they're giving their opinions online, which they are entitled to. You don't have the right to. Like, whenever you're performing in anything, because let's not forget, like, football is entertainment, and us as fans, we're entitled to critique and comment on this entertainment. Imagine if, like, actors tell you, oh, the reason our movies suck is because you guys criticize us too much, and we can't act because we're under so much pressure. Like, what kind of excuse is that? You can't blame the people for commenting. So no, I don't blame them at all. I do believe that sometimes, yes, they may put the players under pressure, but like you as a professional, you're supposed to be able to handle that pressure. That's what happens when you sign for a massive club like Arsenal. You're not signing for Brighton where you have maybe a couple of thousand viewers. No, you're signing for Arsenal, a global brand. Like, you're going to be criticized. You're going to be pressured. You're expected. The results are expected of you, and I don't see that. Like,
so you don't believe FTV deserves any kind of criticism?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, even like I in the past I used to, but then I'm like, look, man, like Mesut Ozil is getting paid $350,000 a week, right? Or not dollars, sorry, pounds. 350,000 K. He's getting paid a lot of money. I would get paid that money just to be insulted every second of every day. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, if I get that amount of money, like he literally is getting free money, and he's not even playing. In the past 180 minutes, he didn't even play. And he's getting paid more than any of the players on there. He's not performing, and you want them fans to just enjoy him, just be thankful that Mesut Ozil is at their club? Absolutely not. They're gonna want to trash him. They're going to destroy. As much as I hate, because I love Ozil, but like, it's true. Like, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're gonna be frustrated if you see them. They sign, and not to mention, like, look at what Arsenal fans have had to go through. Like, Arsenal, like, I don't even know how you can still be an Arsenal fan. Like, they got to see Adebayor go to their arch rivals, score, or one of their rivals, score against them, and then knee side in front of run across the field and knee side against them. They got to see Robin van Persie leave them for another major rival of theirs, and then win the league the next year after he leaves them. They got to see their best player that they held so highly, like Cesc Fabregas. They when he won the World Cup, instead of like bigging up Arsenal, no, he wore a Barca jersey and left for Barcelona at the first chance he got. They had to see, like,
I came back to Chelsea.
Alexis Sanchez ran down his contract and went for free to United. Pretty much, like, they don't. The structure of the club is trash. They have no structure. They renewed Ozil 2 years ago, and Ozil has had no impact. They just gave him free money. Like, he's done nothing.
So this doesn't then come from the board. Then people in the board just want to make.
The thing is, look, I'll get something a little bit about me. Like, I manage a couple of stores that sell phones, and I'll tell you this, about management. When you have a team, when you have employees under you, right? When you have employees under you, it's the culture of the store that performs, right? When you have a team that's always hungry, they always want to push for more, they're going to perform. But then you have teams that they come and they're friends with each other, and they'll just come to the store, and all they're doing is they're on their phones and talking to amongst each other and just showing memes to each other, and they're not selling. Their hands are in their pocket. How are you going to get people's money if your hands are in your pocket? They're just hanging around. And in order to change that, you have to change the whole store. You have to fire some people, let people go, spread them out, move them to different stores. And
no, but as you say, like, even use the whole closed store thing. Like, it comes from the top, because again, it's like, once you go into the interview, the boss will tell you, this is the job, this is what to expect, this is the culture of the whole thing, because you do what your line manager does, what your main manager does. So it's all because, again, the line managers, the department managers do what the manager says. So it goes boom, boom, boom.
Exactly.
Everything is all interconnected. So if the guy at the very top is laissez-faire, the line managers will be laissez-faire, the employees will be laissez-faire, because those guys are all feeding off the vibe of the dude. But if this guy is strict, be on time. If you're a minute late, you will get your thing cut off. That culture feeds into the employees and so forth. So my thing about it is that what at the very top for us, my thing is, it's about making money. It's not about being competitive, but making money. Abramovich is always about, I am making my money for us to win. I want us to win trophies. I want us to win, because see, that's why I say Abramovich Kroenke. Abramovich is a avid football fan, and he wants his toy Chelsea to be successful. Kroenke doesn't give a damn whether it's not successful. Kroenke just wants it to be profitable. Abramovich, he will make money wherever. How he makes his money, that's not my business. I still love him too. I still love him 100%. But for Kroenke, like, no. As long as we're making money, I don't give a damn where this club finishes. As long as we're making cash. But sorry, carry on.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I agree with you. But the thing is, when you're talking about that, like, it's exactly what I'm saying. It's the structure of the whole club. Like, I don't want to just say the board. It's like when you look at the academy and like how the players are training amongst each other, there's not enough there's not enough strict there. Like you have to understand, like if you're losing a match, like you have to put your neck on the line before losing a match. You can't just sit there and like, oh, we're 1-0 up and we're just gonna laugh. Because even what Mopi said after the game, where he said like, oh, they were talking a lot of trash. So these guys, before they even won the game, they were already confident in their head because they just feel like that's dangerous thinking. That's not a winner's mentality. Winner's mentality is always hungry. You always have to keep pushing for the second one, and they don't have that. They don't act like a big club anymore. They actually don't. They don't like and like I said, like when you have your players, like the most notable thing we have about Hector Bellerin over the past couple of years is that one interview where he blamed AFTV for them discouraging the players. That's the most notable thing he's done. And how long has he been playing for Barca? And he's been there for how long? He can't even get a cap for Spain. Like that's embarrassing. You're playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, and you can't even get a cap. And who's right back?
Let me bring in Abdullahi. So Abdullahi, thoughts on this? Should the AFTV be blamed?
For me, I don't think AFTV should be blamed. Like I said before to you, the board entirely needs to take a blame. Kroenke himself needs to really to take a blame because as the owner, you need to understand this is business. I want to win. You were complaining about Abramovich is different because Abramovich wants to invest in Chelsea and make them a top tier club in the world where people can come in and say, yeah, I want to go to Chelsea, one of the better clubs. They do this. There's a reference because when you you can point out a reference to Chelsea. But what reference can you point out to Arsenal? So when you talk about manager Arteta and both of them are called legends. But there's a legend. We have two legends: legend of the club who plays and the legend of the club who plays in the club, who knows the in and out of the club, and the legend who has played but not really. Lampard knows the club week in and week out. Peter Cech is one of the sporting director among Chelsea board. He knows the club week in and week out. Granaskia is second in command to Chelsea. Then she knows week in and week out of Chelsea. When Roman took over, she was the one that was there with Roman. When it was tough, when it was bad, she was there. So those are the structures of team who knows the club week in and week out. So when you bring someone who you know this person is gonna improve my team, you have to trust and believe in that. Kroenke has money. Tell me what has he invested in that nothing that makes them progress or better? Nothing. He only invests in his what NFL team and everything. That's only what he invests in.
So basically, so FTV doesn't deserve any blame at all.
This guy is trying to make the fans talk because he's just making the fans come in and talk. They'll share their opinions. It's like telling what the board are doing. You guys are doing this. We need improvement in this. Yes, it's like the fans coming out and facing the board and facing the owner. You are not doing what? You are not doing something right. We need to fix this. It has to be right. I keep saying it. For me, I would say I blame Marina Ile because of those players we've bought. If I mention those players we've bought for you, Torres, Bularus, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, those Bashoai, those that are not even relevant to the club. But when you have a manager who knows the in and out of will tell you we don't want this player, it doesn't fit to what I want as a manager. And this club needs to win. So it doesn't fit to what I want. It doesn't mean the club has to come out and talk. AFC we just want to make the fans talk to the owners and the board that they are doing something wrong that they need to fix. Kroenke doesn't care about the club. Likewise, the board, they don't care. Like I keep telling you, even if they get the best club, the best manager in the world, they will rot in either 9th or 10th in the table. Why? No structure.
So no, because look, man. So let's just a round off, man. Is that look, man? I still feel Arsenal can be saved, but as the guys have said, they're in a very seriously difficult position right now. And for Arsenal fans, if you point the finger at AFCV, you're a bunch of losers. Point the finger at your owners. Point the finger at the moron who decided to think Arteta was the right manager to get you out of this situation that you were in. And I just think that it's what is going to be key is what they do in the summer. Because I'll tell you this right now, if they keep faith with Arteta, this club is screwed. That's what I'm saying. So guys, stay true, stay real, and we'll see you guys next week, man. Be real, be cool, peace out. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.